And that's not even.
All right. Hello. Say hi to me or I growl. Hi, Maria. What's up? You have a meeting right now? Jeez. I forgot you're still working. What are you doing later? I have no idea. I think I don't have anything planned, but I'm pretty sure that outside of practice, I have to do another stream tonight, but that's about it. Maybe I'll probably leave the stream for tomorrow though. I can do that. Yeah, sure. Eastern? Or your time? Because your time is like technically like 12. Actually, no, I can't. Now that I think about it, I can't. The reason why is because I have driving classes at 9 o'clock in the morning, my time. So I have to go to sleep early. What's up, Saber? One sec. Oh, not night? Wait, what time is it for you right now? Oh, yeah, probably not. Probably not today. I could do tomorrow though, around that time. If you can't do tomorrow, then Thursday. Cause after this, I have to go eat lunch and then I have to go to prac. So it might not be possible. Bruh. Oh shit, I forgot you're gonna be gone for that long. True. Never give up. Never back down. Never what? Relax. I'll message me on Discord. I'll figure something out though. Pretty sure I said that entire like rollout completely incorrect. Why am I followed by someone that says small streamers Discord underscore account created August 2nd, 2023. I do not feel all right, anyways. Let's get on with this. So what we're gonna be talking about today is Novi. Also, by the way, if you guys haven't done so, check out my YouTube if you guys want to see VODs of whatever I stream. Although they're up on Twitch, I started to upload them on YouTube because I realized that like they're not gonna be up for long on Twitch. And I've had like a lot of like decent content that I feel like if I don't save them, I'm just gonna forget about them forever, and I would prefer not to do that. So yeah, make sure to check out the YouTube. Yeah, you'll have some pretty nice stuff over there. And what we're gonna be talking about today is something that a lot of teams or a lot of people in other regions outside of EMEA have been kind of shying away from. So for starters, we have Lotus, right? A lot of the times people prefer to do double smokes on this map, whether it be Omen Viper or Astra, right? You've also seen some teams do the Harbor, which has been pretty nice as well. But one of the things that I haven't seen to this day is a Brimmy. And to me, Brimstone on this map is very strong. Probably one of the strongest smokes in the game, but also on this map in particular. Now, why do I think Brimstone is strong? Not because Navi run it. Actually, I've been experimenting with Brimstone in this map as a whole, and I've realized that his smokes kind of just fit the style of the map entirely. The only issue is that you don't have potential mid-round smokes, right? And the reason why people choose, whenever they have the Viper into the comp, the reason why people choose to have an Omen and an Astra is because of the fact that they have smokes to use in the mid-round, right? They have take-back stars. They have full smokes, you know, these are also pretty good too. They also have, you know, TPs, Omen blinds. They have stuns and sucks, which is always, you know, pretty good. You can always have a lot of things to do with this. I know one common rollout that you'll see teams like Fnatic do is they'll have a Astra suck right here, and they'll throw like maybe a aid or a Roomba, that's a flash, whoops, a Roomba in this general direction, and basically this will just say, yeah, if you're in this base entirely, you're not getting out. With Omen, it's a little bit less like that. You would usually have to opt to use something like this, an Omen blind. What's up, QX10? No, you're not late. We just started. We just started, like just now. Oh my god. I'll give you a couple seconds, don't worry. Let me drink some water while I'm here. I swear to God, I disabled ads, so I have no idea why you keep getting ads, but I don't know. We'll figure it out some other time. Or, you tossed your league game for this? For the Nav 1? For the Nav 1 VOD review. My comp was shit. I don't even know league comps at all, so hopefully it wasn't too bad. Is my AC remote here? No, it's not. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get up from my chair sooner or later to turn it off. Alright, so what we were talking about just smokes on this map in particular, and why you know, things like Omen and Astra are very common when it comes to secondary smokes, even solo smokes. I think you'll commonly see solo smokes be these two, right? You'll rarely see something like a Brimstone. And we were just talking about quickly why that is the case, because you have a bunch of things for the mid round, and you also have a lot of options when it comes to just pushback utility, or, you know, CCs, right? You have this. You also have abilities like this to take space. You also have these abilities, and you have take back stars, so you have like a lot of options, right? However, with Brimstone, it kind of gets limited, right? You have 3 smokes, which are probably the best smokes in the game altogether. The only issue is that you don't get these back. They don't regenerate. You can only have 3 for the round. They're expensive. They cost money. Like you compared to Astra and Omen, you can spend like, how do I word this? With Astra and Omen, you will always have 1 smoke in your inventory. I'm pretty sure, and don't quote me on this because I don't have the game open right now, so I can't test it. But I'm pretty sure with Brimstone, you have to buy all 3 smokes. And if I'm wrong, then you still have to buy 2 smokes, which is still expensive, right? Compared to Astra, you will always have 1 smoke, and Omen as well. But with Brimstone, you have to buy 2 smokes, so it's just expensive at that point. You buy 2, okay, so yeah. Now another thing is you have a Molly, which is probably one of the best mollies in the game too. Yes, and you have a Stim Beacon, right? So you look at like all these options really quickly, and you think to yourself, okay, well, if I think about the way the map plays, and like what people commonly use to, like, you know, take space, hold down space, you know, get across choke points, speed up, how do I get timings and whatnot? What really stands out is probably these 2, right? Omen and Astra probably stand out the best. Most people would not consider having a Brimstone purely because of the fact that he's just limited, right? He doesn't have much of a kit that allows for flexibility necessarily. His kit is kind of just like set in stone, where it's like, if you put this smoke down right here, that means that for 20 seconds, you're going to have a person right here the entire time. Well, essentially, right? And he can't really go far. He doesn't have like worldwide smokes like these guys do. Omen has a little bit of problems. If he's like right here, I'm pretty sure Omen can like go as far as smoking this area in particular, but nothing else, right? He can't go C. Astra can do all of that, and that's what makes Astra pretty good on this map, because she has the ability to smoke pretty much everywhere from anywhere. Brimstone is kind of just stuck to where he's supposed to stay, and you'll notice that Brimstone actually plays mid a lot when it comes to Navi's defense half, purely because of that fact alone, right? So that's what Brim offers to the table. We're just gonna quickly go over that. He only has a few abilities, but as we mentioned before, even though he only has a few abilities, these are actually one of the strongest abilities in the game. And if you look at the entire comp, what it actually is, it's essentially your standard Haven comp, but like you don't have an Omen, or you don't have a different smokes, and you have a raise, right? You take a look at this comp and you think of like just Haven in particular, because Haven commonly has this dynamic duo, right? These 2 are what really dominate Haven. Sometimes you'll see things like maybe a Sky, right? Woke up to take notes and then fall asleep in 30 minutes in. Be like that. Welcome, Razor. But when you look at this comp in particular, you see these 2 and you just think of, oh, Haven, right? Because double initiator is what really set the meta on Haven. Especially back when Chamber was meta. When Chamber was meta, double initiator was probably the most common thing you'll see on every map, not just Haven. However, since Chamber is no longer meta, you commonly see double initiators on just Haven alone, right? You rarely see double initiator on like Split. It still comes every now and then, but it's not as common as it used to be. Ascent, you see it very commonly because that map's meta hasn't really changed for a very long time. You'll see, what else? What other maps are there? Bind, you don't really see double initiator too much. You do like every now and then, but it's not like Breach and Sova. It's more like Sky and maybe Fade, maybe KO, right? Every now and then. Most of the time you see a Chamber there. What other maps that am I missing? On Fracture, sometimes you see double initiator on there. I mean, recently we started to see Breach and Sova on that map too. Pearl, you don't really see Breach and Sova. You see Sova KO, or even just solo Sky, right? So essentially, this combo that you'll see is like a really good like combo, purely because of the fact that you get info and you get CC's abilities, and they both have the ability to do cross map utility, right? So if you have a Silver right here, although it's unlikely, you do have the opportunity to like dart from here to here, but like I said, it's unlikely, so you don't put your eggs in one basket, really. But if I'm a Breach and I play right here, well, I can stun pretty much anywhere on the map, right? I can stun here, I can stun here, I can stun here, kind of, not really, but it's there, right? It has the opportunity to be a play like that. If you move the Breach a little bit closer, then like, you know, their C exec is just fucked at that point, right? You can stun from B, you can stun A still, a unlikely stun to see from right here in particular, purely because of the fact that it's not actually fast at all. But it is an option, right? You do have this opportunity to play like this. Is the point. So Breach is still pretty good on this map. And Sova, you know, you just get info. You get worldwide info, right? You have the ults that can just go pretty much anywhere on the map. It's pretty good all around. You have the dart that gets info for about 7 or 8 seconds, which is still pretty good. You have the drone, which is also around 7 to 8 seconds, and you have Shocks, right? Shocks is really strong in general because of the fact that it just does damage. Just chip damage, it can get kills, it does everything you want it to be. Now, Breach, you get flashes and you get aftershock, right? There's a lot of things that are provided to the table with this comp. So the full comp. Now we're gonna head to the VOD view real quick. But I'm just gonna put the full comp. The full comp is this, and this, right? So you look at this comp, and most people would immediately assume that like, oh, this comp has no synergy whatsoever. Why? Because, well, what can I combo with Raze? Probably just a Breach, and that's about it. What can I combo with Sova? Nothing much necessarily, right? Anything can work with Sova. That's the thing about Sova. But when you think about it from like just a straight utility perspective, you just think like, oh, well, nothing can really capitalize off of Sova utility that well. But what capitalizes off of Breach utility? What do you think capitalizes off Breach? To me, what capitalizes off of Breach utility, I just said Breach for Brimstone. What capitalizes off of Brimstone utility is Breach, you have Raze, you have Sova, you have KJ. I think everybody capitalizes off of Brimstone really well. Purely because of the fact that like Stim Beacon is a universal utility. This thing alone can do wonders for every single agent, no matter what it is. It doesn't matter the comp or how you play it and whatnot. Everybody can do really well with the Stim Beacon in their face. If you guys remember back when Brimstone had 2 Stim Beacons, you guys know that even on the comps where Omen was meta, people still ran Brimstone because of the fact that he has 2 Stim Beacons in tournaments. And I know it was only for like 2-3 days that we had that Stim Beacon buff, but it was the fact that like he had an ability that literally changed the pace of a map entirely, and that is what makes him pretty good as an agent. He can literally go like wherever in like just under 30 seconds. Like that's pretty broken. Couldn't Sova synergize with Breach because Sova can just find where they are and they breach stun right away and then Raze just boom boom and then? Yeah, you can do it like that. The thing about synergy is not about the combos necessarily, but it's the fact that like when you look at synergy, you think of like easy like potential, right? So I'll give an example. If you remember when we were talking about yesterday about like how it doesn't matter what Viper Wall you throw on Lotus when it comes to flashes, because any agent, like sorry not any agent, but like any sky flash will always be paired with it really well. So that's the same thing with Breach, where it's like Breach, although yes, Sova and Breach have like technical synergy, like you can do a dart, and then if you see them, then you stun. That is a option. The only issue is when you look at synergy, you think of like timings. You think about like how fast can this ability react to this ability. So like, for example, a toxic screen like this, and then you have a KO flash like this, or we used Phoenix in that example. Well, yeah, this is synergy because it's just instantly. You can do this off of rip. You don't have to think about it too much. That's what synergy is. The same way it's like, you take a look at a Fade season, you look at a Raze nade, right? That's just instant synergy. It's just super fast and easy. Not much thought process to it. You don't have to map it out. You can just think about it in the top of your head. That's essentially what like synergy is. Like synergy is like just, they can work together. At the end of the day, any of these abilities can work together if you map it out properly. It's just a matter of like what really capitalizes off of that ability fast enough and effectively too. So like I said, Brimstone is, no matter what, he's going to be synergized with basically every agent purely because of the Stim Beacon alone. His smokes are great. His molly is also great. You know, he can, that also, this particular actually synergizes with the Breach. And then KJ is just a universal agent that will just go well with everybody, right? It's just KJ, right? Everyone knows how to play a KJ at a high and low level. So now this is where we begin the VOD review. So So we're going to be starting off with the defense half. And we already started. That's okay. That's pretty fast. All right. So let's get the drawing tool out. We got Brimstone front B. We have KJ solo A. And we have 3C. Looks like a trap set. Oh, I realize this is not a valid plan, so I can't press Q and W. So this looks like a trap setup right here.
Obviously 0-1 across the regular season, dropping this to Loud also in a very close affair.
Also, what the fuck is this? Why is CNET on the camera and we have Sugetsu right here?
15-13 scoreline. Now you face the big question mark, which is Na'Vi.
Oh my God.
All right, so off the rip, I just want to say what you said about the Sova and Breach synergizing. Well, yeah, guess what? We just saw exactly what you just said just now. So good call out on that. You already thought of a set play that like Na'Vi could do, and guess what? They already did it. So good stuff right there.
Gosh.
That plays out, but hefty investment.
But look, we got a nice set play, right? They did off orb contact where they stunned, naded, and they darted. So that's already like a large portion of their abilities gone, right? You have the mid round like just completely gone. Like you have no mid round abilities whatsoever. Now you're forced to take map control, which is pretty decent because they have the smoke down here too as well, and they have 2 shocks to hold this thing off. So they actually have the potential to just say, yeah, fuck C, you can push A for all you want. We have Suigetsu here, he's probably not going to hold down the site, but he can get 2.
Behind this, with DRX quick to disengage.
Yeah, well, I mean, nice on Na'Vi too, because you think about what was invested. It was the dart and the fault line, and there was a little bit more in there, but 2 of those things will come back. I do like this from DRX.
And so said, so done. They're just insta-reacting, pushing C, or pushing A, sorry. Angel playing across the smoke.
Oh dear.
The other side of the map, Angel could have had at least 1 there. Sugetsu will respond, but it's Buzz with 2 to open this round up.
The frenzy just.
Now it's a 3v4. Sugetsu wasn't able to get, no, sorry, Angel wasn't able to get 1, but Sugetsu got 1. Video's a bit choppy. I think that's, hold on, let me see how it actually looks like on stream.
So good in that situation. Na'Vi have done a decent job of corralling DRX in this position. CNED from all the way back.
Okay, I think I know the issue. One sec. I actually don't need the game open, so I can just close that. And let me quickly change the CPU usage to this. All right, that should be good. I'm just gonna do a quick test.
Not finding any value. Important too for DRX if they want to pull this thing off. If they want to take.
All right, that should be better. All right, let me quickly go and get my AC on. 2 seconds, and then I'll go back. All right, sweet. So
Sugetsu will
we got bomb down, right?
respond, but it's Buzz with
We
2
get bomb down
to open this
right
round up.
now. We have dart up in a couple
So good
seconds.
in that situation.
We have CNET flanking. We have one flash and probably a stun soon.
Done a decent job of corralling DRX in this
So I'm pretty sure these 2 cooldowns are the exact same time.
All the way back. Not finding
Yeah, they're both up exact same time.
any value. Important too for DRX if they want to pull this thing off. If they want to take the quick trip to the playoffs, they've got
This smoke I kind of like. I've never seen this smoke actually used before.
to find a way to silence him. And so far, so good. Zip and Shao, the only 2 that remain. Playing on site, and you look at the minimap, the rest of DRX are nowhere near this. I mean, you've got Stax who's playing in Tree, and he finds 1. You got the other 2 playing really far back. Stax falls.
Yeah, it's just a 1v2 retake now.
Buzz
Not much to it.
remain. They're
Can't win the round.
Very pacey towards the other side of the map.
Oh damn, Buzz got 2. All right, so what we can see right here is when it came to retaking, because it was a 2v2 scenario, or sorry, 2v4 scenario, right? It's obvious that they're not going to win. But one thing I want to quickly mention that is a downside of running Breach on this map is the fact that like you consider all the actual potential flash spots on this map and it's very limited, right? When you think about like retaking and flashing, you think about like just 2 common areas on A, right? you think about tree control. I want to flash this to retake this space because one singular flash and it gets everybody. And the second option is probably towards here, because if you flash this, you flash this entire area, and that's pretty good, right? That's where most people like to commonly play in post plant. Sometimes you will have those rare few that like play towards here, even play towards here, right? But it's, for the most part, it's that one flash can get this general area, and that's pretty good. The only issue is it comes down to is like when you play a breach and you want to scale on an area. If I'm flashing here and I'm trying to scale a tree, it's really hard. It's not as easy as it may seem, so you always need to play it with somebody close by. The same thing with Sova Dart too, where it's like he used the Sova Dart backside and cleared it, but everything else afterwards was just an aim duel.
He invested, and the crucial one being of Na'Vi.
Yeah, but well handled nonetheless.
All right, so now we got basic A control. We have the smoke right here. We have a stun coming in. I think off rip. Nope, not off rip. Sorry. We have a dart coming in to make sure that nobody pushes through.
Na'Vi, excuse me, you've got investment on some sheriffs.
4 no less.
Yeah. And some space taken. You see both 2 members of Na'Vi already taken towards A main.
Why did they give up B? I just completely missed that entirely.
Got investment.
Oh, they turreted here. They got eyed.
4 no less.
Yeah.
They broke, so they just gave it up completely. It's not bad. This is just a factor of the map and why Fnatic does no flashes and does fade over Sova. Dogs can cover multiple lines. Yeah, 100%. That's why, like, when I think about breach on this map, I think about like where the fuck am I flashing? My stuns are obviously gonna get insane value on this map, but flashes is where it just becomes hell, because of like there's so many places to play anti-flash that it just becomes incredibly difficult as a whole. And even though I talked about like the areas that you can flash, while it's true you can flash here, you actually need to be like right here to actually throw that flash in that direction in order for it to get value. So it's actually not that great, but it's an option, right?
And some space taken. You see both 2 members of Na'Vi already taken
Anywho,
towards A main.
we got full A control.
Very deep on this, but held back by
Orange tree and break bulldozer. Well, yeah, but I'm talking about like just retaking A in front of play.
the alarm bot initially, and Marco has found an open up.
How did Cena die? What the fuck?
Already taken towards A main.
One way here, gets the line, and shits on him. Okay.
Marco has found an open up. CNED will fall. Sugetsu and Zipan across towards these sides. Sugetsu trying to dip his head.
See what I was talking about earlier, by the way? Easy synergy. Easy, like they didn't even have to think about that. They just threw that shit off rip.
That Sheriff. Actually, Zipan forced down to the open by the paint shot. RX feels like a bit of a formality now.
Yeah, the question is, I mean, how much do you invest in this and how clean do you get out of it?
Alright, so Angel has no smokes. We have one dart here. Honestly, the most I expect is swing through smoke and dart the ground.
Don't want to lose much more. I mean, Na'Vi really.
Turret for flank, just to make sure they don't get rewrapped.
Requiring miracles just to keep this competitive, just to deal a little bit of damage. There are still 3 sheriffs in play.
I didn't even see the dart. Where did that dart go?
So far, decently well done.
Okay, that dart came here, so basically got no value. Anywho, it's just gonna be aim duels now, pretty much. You see CNED sing through the smoke. He doesn't get traded.
I thought Buzz was just gonna hit the transfer on the second.
I bet you Angel swung that with no comms.
I was gonna say, dude, need to maybe start backing away here. Sugetsu holding the angle, but Buzz good for the third.
And he's just gonna go for the kills.
27. This so.
This way, beat the farm. You're gonna potentially get a second.
All right, what do we got here? We got full KJ setup towards C. We got alarm bot B. We got Brimstone that can smoke A control. Probably right here is the most he can smoke, but he can do it from right here towards waterfall. That's pretty interesting. And we got Dart coming in, so basically just the standard A control, right? The one thing that you have to remember is that, like, it's true that, like, okay, they can walk into this cubby right here and they can break the dart, but this smoke comes down pretty fast and you cannot, if you swing through that smoke, you will get scanned and you will get spammed through, so it's not probably the best idea to swing through that smoke and break the dart.
To invest that here.
One way comes up, this is also why we were talking about like why people like Omen on this map in particular. It's because of the one-way opportunities. One-ways are always just a nice thing to have in this map.
see off of
So
that.
far,
You have
like all the
Guardian,
attacking
then
utility,
stacks a couple of
all the
Bulldogs.
fighting brawly utility are still safe. So they have everything they can to throw a retake or just pretty much just fight them offside.
Into this Killjoy setup, you've got turrets, and there it is. There's your showstopper, but the paranoia hits.
Nice,
Oh,
big kill.
no shot. That was never fired.
Nobody really following up on the pressure created by that either. So you're still going to be
So Angel has one smoke left. What did he smoke? He's two smokes? He had 3 smokes that round. He smoked A. What did he smoke next? Am I stupid?
Hits. Oh, and he had no shot. That was never fired.
Oh, he smokes. Okay, this is interesting. He smokes bend off. Yeah, I had to check that again. Where did his one go? He smokes bend. So that's the first time I've ever seen this.
The pressure created by that either. So you're still going to be struggling to comfortably find this plant. Yeah, the swing on will come through. Angel ahead of the smoke. Stacks will fall.
Seemed like DRX had all the tools that they needed.
Okay, this is actually now that I look at this is actually not that bad. Because do you think about the way the angles work? The moment you swing this, like you pretty much already have the line, right? And you can jiggle this as much as possible. So if you smoke this off, that just removes the opportunity for them to jiggle, and like they actually have no idea if there's ever anybody back here. Because when you think about a common way of execing Lotus, right? Oh, I need to so much white lines. When you think about how people exec Lotus, most of the time you'll see people go like this, right? That's the common pathway for execing Seaside Lotus. You rarely see people go this direction. I'm gonna put this in red. You rarely see people go towards the red. The only time you do see it is whenever you have like a very fast duelist. For example, like a Raze that's throwing the ults, like we saw Buzz do that round. Or you have like maybe a jet dash coming through and like just has a kill on like someone right here or someone right here, right? It's really rare though to see just someone come in this general direction, just because of like the way the pathing works on this map, and like this area you always want to re-clear, or not even re-clear, you just always want to clear this area before you come towards this area, right? Because you need to know if anyone's actually on site. So this smoke is actually, it's not that bad. I actually kind of like that smoke. I didn't think of it. I never thought of it like that, because like you take a look at it and it's like, oh, why would you ever smoke this? But like if you smoke this off, that forces them to get funneled towards this area. And if you have one person here and one person here, they are essentially fucked. They have to literally get into your crossfire no matter what. Either that, or they swing through the smoke here and they will get fucked by the person here that's either playing anti or just holding them down.
To convert a third to win a bonus, but how quickly.
So Navi used all his smokes, or Navi. Angel used all the smokes. The second smoke he used was right here.
Things change. Yeah, the noise being made, I mean, they're not
No,
concealed.
he did not use that. What the fuck did his last smoke go?
Seemed like DRX had all the tools that they needed.
Unless he re-smoked this.
To convert a third to win
Yeah,
a
he re-smoked it, okay.
bonus, but how quickly things change. Yeah, the noise being made, I mean, they're not concealing any of that.
Sorry, kid.
And that's another one that falls for Na'Vi to potentially get through this in flawless fashion would be everything they could possibly want. I mean, just one member is taking damage, Mike. One! And that's Sugetsu.
Alright, big crossfire. Big kills. Good job. That was a good run. I actually kind of like that smoke. I didn't think of it like that, but it was actually pretty smart. Alright, we got 4A basically. This stun is going to essentially come off right because of the fact that you see just 4 people here.
Committing to this lighter armor strat too for DRX.
Buzz is in trouble here.
Oh my. Okay. Let's see. He double satchels behind here. He TPs here. That's actually pretty cool. Stun comes in. It stuns the Omen. The dart comes out too. It scans Buzz in the process, and you have Cena like trying to shoot him.
DRX.
Buzz is in trouble here.
Yes,
Big kill.
Yes, he is.
Omen blind comes out, and they react instantly. Instantly, they just say, "All right, we got our kill. We're going straight to door." So that's something that I talked about yesterday, actually, which is about like the way the map plays as a whole. Most of the time, you asked. I remember you actually asking this QX10, where it's like how often do you want to break this door? And I said, as a defender, if you want to break this door, it's either because you're playing here and you really want to fight for A control, or you're, as a duelist, you're taking first contact and your goal is to really just go back and have a contingency plan that is faster than just running backwards. Because most of the time, when you aggress forwards, you're never really looking to run backwards. Because, you know, your back is open, you don't know if there's another person behind, you want to hold it there. But if you are able to run towards the side, it just becomes a lot easier. And plus, if you think about the way Valorant works, if you run sideways and then you see someone, you can just instantly counter strafe and then just kill them, right? But if you run backwards or you run with your back facing here, you can't do that. It's a lot harder, or you have to press W and S in this case. So that's just like it's a little micro thing. It's not really something that like you just think about on the top of your head, but it is something that you can just keep in mind. That like, oh, I can just run sideways. So it becomes a lot easier. That being said, though, when you look at the way they ran, they actually did not run sideways. They just ran facing that fucking direction. Like you can see them all turn.
Yes, he is. But
Partially, they kind of held back and forth. They turned it, but like, you know, it's the fact of the matter that they can actually just get back in time.
in some too. They're gonna funnel out. They can't maintain control.
Just another reason Cypher is better. Instant mid-side smokes. Yeah.
The Razors will be traded out, but RX looking to secure this position elsewhere on the map. RB
Also, if you notice down right here, this smoke actually delayed them from actually coming out, even though they had the Viper wall too. When you look at the way Buzz's pathing worked, they still decided they didn't want to challenge the smoke because of the fact that there was a Silver Dart here.
Great. Still committing to the slide armor strat too for DRX.
They went all the way back, and there was not even a raise nade either. They just went straight.
Buzz in trouble here.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But Cena.
You can thank Mako for breaking that dart though.
They're gonna funnel out. They can't maintain control of A main.
The Razors will be traded out, but RX looking to secure this position elsewhere on the map. RB looking for maybe some space in the lurk. We'll spot out the turret here. Try and remove some of the utility in the choke point, but Sugetsu going to deny that.
Zest filling in on a little bit of the space attacks created with the Prowler.
Alright, we got another smoke coming down. We have a trap set up from these two. You have Molly, you have flashes, you have stuns, and that's about it, right? You have all the space on hull too. Like everyone is in the right place right now.
They do with that space because Mike, they have a couple of options.
Fortunate timing for Buzz. Maybe Buzz just sits in that cover for a little more. I think he got scanned while he was behind the wall. Pretty sure he did. This wall isn't that greatly placed because he has a very, very tiny cubby here.
They can flip and they can go B, they can commit to go A. Misdirection can abound. That seems to be the case. The one note here is they got the alarm bot too for RB if he pushes through. Heaven is smoked off. Oh, this dart.
That's gonna miss, not do as much.
Also, quick thing to note down. Notice how they have a Viper orb here instead of a Omen smoke, right? One thing that I do remember talking about a long time back about Viper walls on this map, back when the map was still fairly new, was that when you do a Viper wall like this, it actually eliminates the need of having to put an orb here, like completely. And I questioned why a lot of people that did a wall like this would always put an orb here, because like it really was not that difficult to get across. It's just that you can't get across instantly, right? You think about this wall and you're just like, well, I'm not going to be able to get across that fast, but I'm able to get across if I just wait a couple seconds and I put the wall up, right? Let me find that tweet real quick because I remember posting it. And I'm not opening up Twitter while the stream is on, or while this is on my main stream, because yesterday we had a lot of Twitter circles getting posted. I don't want that to happen again. All right, I found it. Yeah, we did talk about this yesterday. When we were talking about the effectiveness of Viper walls, we figured out that like some Viper walls are actually really good. Yeah, it's Twitter jump scares. So, right, this is the consensus, right? I wrote this tweet on June 1st, 2023, right? So that was like over a month ago. little over a month ago. And I said some honest thoughts about Lotus A Viper walls. I feel like if you're throwing wall number 1, which is this, right? For something, you can get away with using your orb for something like C mount and or hold it for staired rather than just throw it cross rubble. But wall number 2 is 100% you should have a Viper orb rubble. And the reason is because if you remember from yesterday's stream, we talked about that, like, this doesn't actually get you that fast control that you want for A in particular, because you still have to worry about the cross right here. But when you do something like this, this actually kind of helps it a little bit, just not to the great extreme that this wall could do, right? This wall holds a lot more than technically this wall, but the only issue is that, like, you still have to worry about crossing here. You're always going to need utility to cross from this general direction. But it's the fact that you don't always need to throw an orb here, and noticing how DRX have an orb right here just kind of shows that, like, I was kind of going the right direction. You really don't need an orb here all the time. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, right. So we take a look at this round. Angel still has pretty much full kit. You have Shocks right here, and Chao's actually in the perfect spot right now. All he has to do, he doesn't even need to get the kill, but he can just get some chip damage, and that's more than enough of value.
Oh, this dart.
That's going to not do as much damage as you expect, but
yeah,
he's Marco down to 79.
To be honest, I expected it to be the recon dart too. But the shock deals a little bit.
Recon comes out, retakes inbound. You have Suigetsu, that's just going to be a body and run out. This Molly is insane. But look at Stacks. Stacks is literally in the best place possible.
What a pesky play!
Wait, he got Molly?
But they've gotten it down to 2. Angel 1 with the Molly. The tap out from Chao, yeah, he's gotten it all the way there.
That was a good retake.
2 kills and the defuse. You're gonna hand it.
Big retake, big retake.
Post-plant, but versus Loud. It's another example here where they win out in a situation. I mean, 2 here. Zest finds one on top of this.
An unexpected one. That was a 4v4.
Oh, he tried to challenge the Molly to get him off the bomb.
Walk into that. I saw Angel got a kill with the Molly, but it's caught on the end of the replay there.
Yeah.
All right, we got KJ set up C. We have alarm turret here. We have Brimstone right here. I think Brimstone's going to smoke A still to this day. And yep, so set, so done. The same rollout's going to come in. I think we're going to see this pretty much very often. No matter if there is people here or people not here, just because of the fact that it just gets the info cycle really fast and they can worry about fighting towards C.
And intentions towards C.
You have the stun, getting ready for the trap. They're probably going to do it the same orb tap. Yep, I was right. Orb tap plus Brimstone ult. Okay.
2 to dissuade the push in, but the orbital strike.
That is crazy. They actually both got out without any damage to them whatsoever. Literally 125 HP and 125 HP.
Buys space and buys time.
Tried to actually catch the stun here, but Bar's able to satchel away from that.
I do kind of like, though, how they decided to not opt to, like, swing. They kind of opted to use ults on anti-ecos. Because, to me, like, giving away bodies is much more costly on an anti-eco than giving away ults.
For investment, maybe would have still caught one.
Because think about it like this. A lot of the time, people don't actually like to use ults on eco rounds, right? So if you use ults on anti-eco rounds, you not only secure the round, but you also save the need for potentially giving up guns and putting yourself in a situation where you have to play eco and have ults right behind you. So, just a little food for thought.
You're actually swinging wide onto this. Yeah, Zipan a little further behind.
I love how we say your life is most important on anti-eco, and we see Angel just swing and die. Another situation of Zipan, why you no swing with him, but also that angle is really fucked. You actually have to double swing that.
Wide onto this. Yeah, Zipan a little further behind it.
They can fully push through towards C here, but the thing is, yeah, Sugetsu's setup is still here, and he's gotten ahead of it. Buzz is the only one who's through right now.
Alright, anyways. They got the kill, they opened the door, insta-reacted towards C. We have the KJ ult coming out, we have Breach right here that can essentially do absolutely nothing.
The flash. The lockdown
and wow, that ult is literally down because of a judge.
Yeah, he's gonna get peppered through that smoke. Never had a shot as Zipan fills out. Gets another 2. And now the Hunter's Fury. Zest is dead. He's done. Whoa, well, hang on. Fancy footwork as he tangos around the ult.
Yeah, it's either no swing or double swing.
Alive and
No. I mean, it was fine. He did an okay swing, but it's just the fact that like when you look at the way he swung it, he like jiggled. Or not even. He swung, but he crouch swung, right? He crouch peeked it. And then you look at Zipan. Zipan is like, you know, like he's like kind of deciding like, oh, should I swing with should I swing or should I not swing? It's just a little bit of like, part of it is miscomm, other part of it is just like you actually have no idea like what they're trying to do, right? Like maybe Angel's like, all right, I'm just gonna swing and cross towards like heaven or something.
perhaps gives him a shot at this round.
We will never know because we're not actually playing the game.
Drifting further ahead. Now it's just Zest. Try and
Whoa.
recover this.
Okay, that was a nice shot.
Headshot. It's in a solid position.
On this map.
All right, we got timeout. Let's see. Let's discuss what we saw so far. So far, we noticed that they have a basic plan, right? You take a look at how Na'Vi is playing. Na'Vi has been basically doing the same shit, right? They will have their heavy stack be the breach, usually, right? The breach is usually where the heavy stack is, and the breach is not really always the initiator. He's actually playing very reactively, right? When you think about initiators, you think about like initiation, like catalyst, right? You think about like, oh, what can I do to start the round, set the tempo, right? But you take a look at how Breach has been playing so far, and Breach has literally been playing so reactively. On C, all the Breach has did was stun off the orb contact, right? On A, he hasn't done any early stuns except whenever they took A control, right? On retakes, he's kind of just been like, I will stun for somebody, right? Or if they flood site, right? So far, we noticed that Breach has been playing very reactively. Sova has been doing the same dart. He's been conditioning it for a very long time. He's been doing this dart. Other rounds, he did it like this towards C when they did that pistol round. That's about it. So far, you can tell that just like the real initiator in this comp is probably the Sova more than the Breach. The Breach has become a very reactive person. Raze has kind of been all over the map. You kind of can't really get a good read on where that Raze has been. Same with Angel. Angel has played C, has played B, has played A. He's been all over, and he's been really flexible in how he wants to play. But for the most part, when you take a look at the way DRX has been playing, DRX will fight the heavy stack, and then they'll either re-aggress that heavy stack based on how Na'Vi wants to rotate, or they'll reactively play and go to the other side. And if you notice that like that one round, so it's been like 5 rounds, right? There was one round where they actually re-aggressed the heavy stack, which was when they went towards A. When they went towards A and they had 4A and they killed CNET, but they saw everyone else broke the door, they were just like, okay, we're just going to hold the A space for now and try to end A. And they did, right? The other rounds, they went B, they got a kill, they went C. Another round was they went C and they got it completely. Another round was they went C, did not get the heavy stack, immediately went A and ended A. So far, they've been just playing hella reactively. And I think for this tac pause, they're just gonna try to fix that situation and just try to figure out like, okay, how can we set our heavy stack engagements better? If I'm thinking DRX, right?
Yeah. I think that's a fair question to ask on the side of Na'Vi too.
And so far, it looks like they just have a read where they're just gonna play like super passive. Or maybe I'm wrong. No, I am wrong. They're just gonna go straight C.
Just standing right up at the barrier. Looking to take some
You have the smoke, dart comes out. This orb is here for cross. So they're looking to play super slow right now on DRX's end. Smoke comes here. Roomba comes here. That's 2 smokes down.
Wondered here too what the plan was with that. I thought maybe they had a player that was close to getting an ult online and they were trying to play around and posture for the orb, but
this is slightly awkward with it being the Brimstone. Obviously now you only have 1 smoke towards whatever happens in the late round. You don't have a second controller, you don't have any regeneration. So this is the sort of situation that you're looking for Na'Vi to definitely find value off that utility.
Yeah, I believe it was Bren who was mentioning it on the desk, this exact thing, right? There's not a whole lot left behind that.
All right, this is an insane read right here.
The positioning, the investment of that final smoke from Angel has to be pixel perfect.
Did Angel just make noise?
The positioning, the investment of that final smoke from Angel
God damn it, Angel.
has to be pixel perfect.
I mean, they've got the read here. There's 3 members of Na'Vi over towards A site. So DRX will commit behind it as well.
Big molly.
Buzz. Oh, that Rolling Thunder's gonna cause so many problems. And yeah, they're deafened, but what can Mako find? 1, Looking for the second, nothing found yet. But the spike into position to be scooped up, but do they know Zipan's there? They're just not going to push it. They're going to go to Sugetsu! And Sugetsu with one. Try to bully him away, try to force him to run and create some space. Where on earth are you going?
Sugetsu's going to catch this.
Are you going to commit? Oh, he commits!
Well, he's actually crazy for that. All right, so pretty big round. You see that like all of Angel smokes were used up at that point. He mollied. They got the breach ult out, and literally breach has full utility. That breach literally did not use any piece of utility at all so far. Xiao got 2 on site, so that's pretty good. They decided, okay, our heavy stack engagements did not work. We're just gonna pivot towards B. They saw that Sugetsu was there, then they took B space, then they got rid of it. They went towards C. Now you have 2 1v1s, but I think he's gonna get a timing on Xiao, or not Xiao. Sorry, he's gonna get a timing on Sugetsu and probably be able to win this.
And Sugetsu, concerned about what might be behind him, creates a window for Mako to get the spike down.
No timing anymore.
What a chaotic round, Mike.
The turret will bodyguard RB though. Put him in a position where he has to actually retreat back towards the door here. Marco completely.
Remember, breach has full utility still, so breach stun comes out, gets the CT line, one flash comes out to swing out, and breach clear comes in to clear Ben. Now we have only one more flash, but that flash fortunately did not do much. Nobody was able to scale on it in time, and yeah, now we just have a game of 2 men about a solo swing, and one's about to defuse.
First flash turned. Mako trying to decapitate the first and manages to do so. It's all under RB now, 1v2, and he gets the 1v1. They left him. It all's on to CNED. He's gonna get to half. RB on the swing and CNED.
Oh, damn, he actually won that.
But I don't know that he's gonna have enough time. It's gonna be so close. Oh, it's gonna be so close, but it's not enough. The Red Bull clutch for DRX.
Again, too close.
Okay, honestly, RB could have won that. He just needs a better aim right there. Not gonna lie. Okay, now we got the CNED operator. We got... No, breach didn't have a flash. What breach did was... he stunned CT for the peak. Then he flashed close so that CNED can come out site, and same with the Sugetsu. Then he breach cleared this area right here, and then he used the last flash to peek C main. But unfortunately, nobody was able to capitalize off of that in time. So that's just a teamwork issue right there. But let's see, we got CNED on the op towards C solo. We have the heavy stack towards C. We have I'm gonna call this the pack, and I'm gonna call this the heavy stack. That's how I like to address it, right? CT is usually heavy stack, but T is usually like pack, right? That's how I like to view it. So you have the heavy stack towards B, and we have the pack towards C. We have no, you're good. I thought they had a second flash too, but you still have the same conditioning coming out, which is the smoke plus the dart. I think this round they're actually gonna try to break it early. And then you have the stun from here. You have basically an entire B setup.
Satchel in that situation for him to have to take the long pathing around.
Yeah, I'm right. I literally just guessed it instantly. They just were gonna break it because they knew that like, yo, they're just playing hella reactively off of the start. It's just getting full info. We need to start breaking that shit.
Other situation where a second was all the difference.
CNED cannot swing this at all. It's impossible for him to swing this.
Trying to bait out the trap.
So that's not a good adjustment at all on Navi's end at all, because it's the fact that like if you know that your player wants to op, it is incredibly hard to op on Lotus. I did a whole stream on this a long time back. You can find the clip of it on my TikTok about me talking about opping on Lotus and how it's really hard as a defense player. But like literally there is nobody at all to support CNED right now. And CNED is literally forced to passive op, and that's not really good, considering that he just used a boom bot to try to take space but can't get it back. So, like that stun literally can come in right now, and then CNED can peek that shit.
Outside on Mound. Like you said though, the operator in hand, CNED is going to tuck himself into a deeper position. One off the showstopper as well. He is rewarded with an early kill. Lockdown and the Viper's Pit. available for DRX. An opportunity to clear a site and secure it in a post plant.
One way comes out, we have the peak come through, and CNET's finally rotating. That drone is actually pretty
In a
impactful.
post plant.
Because although that only spotted KJ, that's the fact that the KJ got up this far. That's pretty important that the KJ crossed Rabu.
And Zest, the tip of the spear. You see how far up he is already. Tucked behind his wall.
They have full C space. They have nobody front B peeking. They know it's going to be an A hit.
And a tap at the door. Once again, just
All right, then. Never mind.
and a tap at the door. Once again, just to threaten. The Prowler through, and Buzz never left the ground.
Look at that. Look at that smile on his face. Look how fucking happy he is. Look at that little smirk.
No investment just yet, but DRX happy to continue forwards.
I mean,
Why is Angel alone on C? Boys, are we calming that they're planting? Hello?
Navi have such a good setup, though. You know that they're not going to be
No, if I kill someone like that, I'd be laughing
pushing in
too.
and try to flip B. Because of that, you can invest the fault line.
Also, take a look at this combo right here.
Happy to
Breach clear plus shocks.
continue forwards.
I mean, Navi
Stun, then breach
such a
clear,
good
then shock.
setup, though. You know that they're not going to be
That's a pretty nice breach clear. I actually kind of like that. Yeah, shock plus aftershock. Yeah. That's a pretty nice combo. I like that. That actually covers all of the A plant spots. You take a look at this. Breach clear is really good. Or aftershock. I call it breach clear just because he says clearing out. I was like, okay. This actually gets every single spot. It gets here, no matter what. And if you have just a shock that comes in, let's say you don't know where they're planning, right? You have a shock that comes in right here or right here. GG. I just made a penis. Like that's pretty sick, no?
pushing in and trying
Forwards.
I mean,
Well, on Twitter, yeah.
Navi have such a good setup, though. You know that they're not going to be pushing in and try to flip B. Because of that, you can invest the fault line, the shock darts. You can send 3 towards A. They can drop so much here.
You should run.
So do we actually see the late?
Jesus.
Messi stack snappy with the first zip and will fall.
Still so much to do, though. I mean,
He gets
Navi
a kill through the
forced to take a
smoke like
step
that?
back for just a moment.
And with that blind kill, actually CNET does get the showstopper up. Nearly actually catches RB with the second there.
He's going in with it. The alarm bot there, and it once again never fires.
Okay, so now we bring a talking point. We bring a talking point. So this is something that I've done on like pretty much every stream. Like it doesn't matter if it's Lotus or not, because when we talk about Viper ults, we talk about why this is the best smoke in the game, or why Viper is one of the best smokes in the game, right? What is wrong with the Viper ult? Let's talk about what it has. When you walk in, you get decayed. So let's put an X right here. That means decayed. Okay? You get decayed. What else do you have? You know, let's put a 1, right? You get decayed. You get short visioned, so you can't see, right? It's not as short visioned as an Omen blind. With an Omen blind, you can still see pretty far. I think, actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure if you get blinded and you're in your Viper ult, it's actually the exact same distance. But I cannot confirm that at the moment. But I want to. But I'm not going to. Not today, at least. That's gonna be a TikTok for another day. So I gave myself a TikTok idea right there. But you get blinded, right? Half blinded, whatever you want to call it, right? You get short vision, is what I like to say. You get decayed, and it is incredibly hard to walk into this actually knowing where the fuck they can be. Because this thing is pretty freaking large, right? You take a look at this, and this is like a lot of space covered. You look at the stream, this is a lot of space covered. It's true, while it's true that like this only covers this much of the map, that's a lot of the map. That's a lot. That's literally an entire half of the map that it's covered, and you don't know where that let me close to it. You don't know where that Viper could be playing. And if you look at where the Viper is playing, bro is literally playing right here. He's playing the win con. He's just playing to win the round. So one of the things that the reason I'm bringing this up right now is because not only is Viper ult really powerful, but you look at any comp any meta comp, right? A lot of it is actually designed to destroy Viper, right? You look at this. Let's look at the meta comp for this map in particular, right? You have Viper, and then you have KJ, right? Let's think for a second. What do we have that can clear a Viper ult? You have Fade Dogs. You have 2 of them. You have a Recon as well, right? You have a Haunt, what do you want to call it? You have Roomba. You have Nade. So that clears a bunch of areas already. And then what else do you have? Let's think about KJ. Will you have an alarm bot? Yeah, you can use an alarm bot to clear a Viper ult technically, but will you have it is the question? Probably not. You have a turret. It's an option, but it's not actually something you can build around, right? You have Molly's still. Molly's is obviously really good to clear Viper ults. A lot of people don't think about it, but it's actually probably the best thing you can do to clear a Viper ult. You have Molly's from Viper. An Omen, what do you have really? Can you throw a Paranoia? I mean, sure, but it's not really going to add much to the table. What about Fade? What do you have with Fade? You have this that can clear some areas for you, right? That can isolate them. So you look at the meta comp. You look at the meta comp, right? I mean, you could technically throw a suck too, but I don't think anybody in their lives would ever throw a suck in a Viper ult. But that being said, you look at this, right? This is the meta comp, right? You have a bunch of utility to work with this, right? But look at this comp. What do you have to work with? We know that CNED already uses his boombot, so that's useless, right? CNED also did not have his nade, as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure if I go back to this round, you can literally see that CNED did not have his nade. Yeah, the bomb's not even down yet, and CNED doesn't have a nade. Let's just look at this round in particular, right? Let's see what we have right here. Viper ult comes out, and this is essentially the utility, right?
Continue forward.
This is essentially utility, right? We're gonna look at this. We have flashes. This, we have 2 flashes and an aftershock. I zoomed out way too far. From Sova, we have shocks and a recon. From Brimstone, we have nothing because Brim is literally on C site. And from Suigetsu, we have nothing, right? You take a look at this, and you just think, wow, what do I really have that can win against a Viper ult? Literally nothing. Sure, you have this. Maybe you have flashes too. But like we talked about like flashes on this map, and it's like there's not that many great spots to flash. Especially when it comes to something like this. Like where the fuck am I gonna flash? Am I gonna flash backside when they have Viper ult like this? Probably not. We already used Aftershock and Shock Dart to kill here. But that was like 4 or 5 seconds ago. If you watch this again,
such a good setup though. You know that they're not going to be pushing in and try to flip.
Like, okay, he's dead, great, cool.
You can invest the fault line.
But guess what? Now you look at this, and we still have this, Smoke and Molly, and that's about it. Maybe a recon too.
Shock darts. You can send 3 towards A. They can drop so much here.
You should run.
If you actually watch this retake down with no audio, you'll literally see that they just use 0 utility and they just start swinging everything solo. They actually have nothing to really clear this outside of just they threw the recon here, and now they know that like, hey, there's nobody in this area. That's about it. But they actually have nothing at all to clear this, and it's just solo swings. It's just solo swings and Cena getting a really nice kill. Then he has the showstopper, which comes out because he gets the kill. All right, nice. Now you have a. You don't have a nade, but you have a bigger nade. You have a much bigger nade, so that actually allows you to clear a little bit more space than you actually anticipate to clear, right? A nade will probably clear this much. A bigger nade, or so-called the showstopper, will clear this space, right? So that's pretty good. But you still have all of this to isolate now, which none of these agents can do at all.
never fires.
Molly comes out finally, thank God. But guess what? He just swings through the smoke.
So RB with the first, finally equalizing things. But how much more can they do? Can Navi break their way through what they have?
No, RB gets 2. But the point is that I'm trying to bring up is that, like, no matter what comp you play, right? No matter what comp you play, if we just think back to the utility section, so you think about this for a second, right? You look at this and you just think, okay, I have more options with this. When it comes to Viper Roll specifically, I have more options with this than I do with this, right? Just flat out, right? But then you think about, like, okay, how does a round normally play out when you're going against a Viper ult? You're most likely not going to have this, any KG utility whatsoever, right? So get that out of your head for one quick second, right? Maybe Ray's nade or Roomba is gone, so you're gonna have at most one piece of utility. So this is out of the equation, right? Which is gonna remove the Roomba just for sake of consistency, right? You will most likely have a stun available, right? You won't have all your stars gone. When it comes to Brimstone, the most I can see you having is maybe a Molly. Maybe. That's about it. You can argue maybe a Stim Beacon too, but Stim Beacon doesn't add anything to the table other than, hey, we're going to swing through the smoke very fucking fast, right? Maybe you'll have one Viper Molly at most if you run the meta comp. And then you take a look at info, right? Am I going to have 2 dogs? Probably not. Maybe I'll have 1. Maybe I'll have 0. But you look at this so far, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of reclear abilities for this alone. You look at this. Will you have Breach Stun? Probably not. Will you have a Sova drone? Probably not. You need that for the mid round. You won't specifically ever have that if you are playing Lotus, right? Will you have shocks? Okay, yes, you will. But that only does so much because you're just doing it blindly in a certain location. And it doesn't really clear it necessarily. That just does damage to it. But you look at this, and this technically clear. You have 3 abilities that clear. 4 actually, because this has a lingering effect, right? You have 4 abilities that clear, and you have 1 that that causes like displacement, right? We'll call this displacement. This displaces people from that position. These 4 actually clear the area. These abilities, you have 3 that you have probably 1, 2, and 3 abilities that clear, right? Even recon barely clears, right? The recon dart is probably the one ability that clears less than the Fade Haunt, specifically for this map. So all around, you just have better things to work with when you use the meta comp when it comes to Fatals in particular compared to this comp. So that's the downside of this, and this is also why they lost the round. Anyways, Navi timeout comes in. We're gonna skip this. And now we are on half buy versus half buy. Not even half buy, but it's just light armor.
The lead here nonetheless, 4-3. The scoreline. Can they carry this forwards? I mean, we'll force.
All right. Early A aggression. We have Dart. We have Smoke. We have Nade coming in, I think. I hope Nade comes in.
Uncomfortable situation.
Careful here for aggression towards A main. You've got the fault line set up.
We have no Nade coming in. I lied. But like I said before, they're dealing with the fact that they've been conditioning this Dart.
Hunt is cleared. What is Zipan waiting for? There it is.
That stun was perfect. That peak was slightly not perfect, but it doesn't matter because RB wasn't even stunned anyways.
Swing. Angel looking to dip on the second drops.
See, you see how Angel's trades? That's how you trade. These guys gotta learn how to trade Angel. I swear, they are not trading him at all.
We were mentioning earlier, that's the sort of value you want to see from a smoke early on from Angel. Now, not necessarily as much of an issue. Buzz able to get right ahead of this Killjoy setup, though. Will clear a lot of space, and this time around, the plant comes through. A 3v4 in the post plant. much in the form of utility to secure it, but Lotus actually throws out the paint shell. Paranoia sent as well very early on here, Doug.
Very early, you're absolutely right. The drone has been cleared.
What the fuck? How did you get a kill?
Absolutely right. The drone has been cleared.
Are you kidding me?
Early on here, Doug.
Anyways,
Lotus actually
they aggressed A, they got 2 kills, good job. Now they just speeded up C because their heavy stack was towards C.
throws out the paint
Good
shell.
reactions from
Paranoia sent
DRX.
as well very early on here, Doug.
Very early, you're absolutely right. The drone has been cleared.
Fade Eye gets nothing. This spam from smoke kill gets a really nice shot. Somehow Xiao got the assist. Did Xiao get him down to 1 HP or something? No, he didn't even get him down to anything. So how did he get an assist?
Very early on here, Doug.
Very early, you're absolutely right.
Oh. He got scanned.
The drone has been cleared.
I just heard the silver drone coming.
Ability to secure it, but
Bro, it's because you can't see. Wait, no, you can't.
throws out the paint
You can
shell.
like barely see recons on. Not recon. Sorry, you can barely see drones on the minimap.
Paranoia sent as well very early on here, Doug.
Very early, you're absolutely
And
right.
then he scanned Fade.
The drone has been cleared.
That's still an insane kill, though. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. What's up, Titro? Welcome to the stream.
Oh, and that's
What was
once
that?
again a gifted one, maybe off of a tag from the drone, I believe.
All right, retake. We got Dart on the ground. This clears all of close. We have the breach clear coming in, or aftershock.
Was the case. I didn't think the
Now
drone
we
made
can
it
swing
out
through
of
the smoke. Never mind, that Dart was shit because he started inside the smoke.
Either way, he gets a kill. Buzz playing
And Buzz gets 2.
tag from
Wanna
the
watch that
drone.
again,
believe
'cause I
that
looked
was the
away
case.
from my screen.
I didn't think the drone made it out of the smoke. Either way, he gets the kill. Buzz
Oh.
playing him close. Buzz,
He's got another nade.
and he has time.
Oh,
but he
no,
does
no,
not get it
no.
off. So gets it with a massive 180 to win the second.
Nade.
And once again,
That's
a
okay. He did it
subversion
fine.
of expectation.
He played that fine because like he doesn't actually know if anybody was there was close or not. So he doesn't. It's not in his favor. If he takes out his utility there, that's considered an unsafe position. Only because we know that like, hey, someone's there. We're just like, yo, you got a fucking nade there. But like realistically, he doesn't know that
This
someone's
time in
there.
favor of Navi.
All right, good round.
The clench of the
Very good round.
Navi will tie it up,
Nav,
and now
Angel, God tier savior.
takes
This
the
team.
lead in terms of this old side.
Now we got an anti-eco. Woo! Are we gonna farm ults this round? I think we're gonna farm ults this round.
as well.
Yeah.
Force DRX down to it. Well, no purchase.
I hope so.
Judge a sheriff. Well, 2.
On my way.
They go
Dart,
round things out.
smoke,
Bigger picture
get
wise,
ult
she gets
orb.
you one away
Yep,
from the
I'm right, we're
lockdown.
farming
Shao,
ults.
One off the Hunter's Fury. These big ultimates available now for Navi. They are
Stun,
trying to
ult. That's
Oh,
wow.
maybe.
Jesus Christ. Okay, that was a pretty nice ult.
find something into B side, but there's nothing on the other side of this.
No. I'm surprised that they invested the Hunter Fury, but I mean, it worked. Very well handled. You can see what the intent was for DRX2, a different Viper wall. We hadn't seen that towards B, and then a quick pounce out from Buzz with the Judge, the only weapon that they had in that round. Yeah, they have no shot in this one. Shock darts too.
He missed his fucking shock.
CNET cutting everything off well.
All right, good round, men. Good round, brothers. Good round. All right, what do we got here? We got this is actually a pretty nice rollout. I actually want to watch this replay.
Lockdown back in effect.
Damn, that boy was on him. He was just like, you're not fucking living.
The tag on the Hunter's Fury that gives Sugetsu a turret kill as well. Navi the home stretch of this first half.
So far, we look at this comp and we think like, okay, there's nothing special, right? Yeah, that turret was really locked on him. But so far, we look at this comp and we just think like, okay, there's really nothing much special to it, right? We know that they're always throwing the smoke here. We know there's always coming a dart right here. So like, no matter what, every single round, like literally every single round, except the pistol round, has been dart and smoke. Always. Just because of the fact that it gets info and it just does a lot of things for 20 seconds.
Here to close this out. An 8-4 advantage.
One way, Fade Eye.
Not
This
much
really is just a team of, yo, who can default better.
left behind this purchase, so be a bit of a
They break
crossroads if
turret,
they
good
lose the turret.
reaction.
It's a different look here.
Now
again.
they're just trying to speed up B partially. They're trying to make it seem like they are.
So RB's just able to fill
And they just break the they break the smoke back.
back the space.
Wait, did they use that to clear for RB?
Crossroads if they lose another.
It's a different look here again. They threatened.
Yeah. So they opened the door up to clear for RB so RB can walk up here.
Aggression B, but they didn't leave anything behind. So RB's just able to fill back the space.
Placing swarm grenade.
Right here.
They've got the prowlers that they can push up with as well. RB, it took a little while, but he gets one step.
That's pretty big for DRX though. They farmed 2 orbs in total, and they're just like, yeah, you could take the A orb. So now they're just probably gonna group up and exec something together because they have KJ ult. Or they don't have KJ ult. I lied. Sorry.
From Sugetsu.
But 1 kill and they do.
The alarm bot left there. The DRX taking their sweet time with this default. Spike not committed either direction just yet. It's only Shao to hold down the fort towards A.
And it looks like Navi has the read. They think they're gonna like group up and exec towards C.
But it's early.
That's why you have Sugetsu right here with the KJ ult.
Gets the tag though on Zest.
Go get him.
What do they do with that?
That Roomba's pretty big.
Problem being they've confirmed on both extremities now with the drone
Right.
and the boom bot. It's going to force the hand of DRX into a scrambled execute here.
Now they're just gonna throw KJ ult, surely, right?
The
Yep.
lockdown here, yep, and it's flipped. The map is flipped. I mean, DRX just played them like puppets, bro.
TP will come through, giving them the plant.
There they are.
Just
What the
massively-
fuck? Why did the Omen ult look
TP
like
will
that?
come through, giving them the plant.
There they are.
Look at this guy, long ass arm. Got both got lightsabers.
Just masterfully handling Navi's strings. Just when they thought they had a read on the situation, the rug's pulled out from under them. But Zip able to get one onto Stacks. Buzz with everything to do. This position surely not expected, surely not found yet. He can do it all by himself. RB's going to be scaling forward as well, and Alarm Bot deep.
Okay. I just want to give massive credit to DRX right there. That had to be the most perfect 3-1-1 I've ever seen. You had 3 people here, you had RB here, and you had Zest right here. The fact that they got KJ ult out from basic exec utility and then just decided, okay, Zest starts speeding the fuck up. Zest gets right here, and they just get sight from that alone. And then RB stays here the entire time, doesn't get re-cleared, and then off of timing, because they got bombed down, he just decides to take B and go to heaven and gets a kill. That has to be the most perfectly played 3-1-1 I've ever seen. That's actual mid-rounding right there. That was beautiful.
To cut off any control.
I know we're doing a Na'Vi comp review, but I'm sorry, DRX looked really nice right now.
But Buzz falls. I mean, they've got him pinched in.
Calling my bot.
Mike, this is discombobulated. This is messy. He's got to get the kill in it.
Hello? Why are you running away?
No. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's gone sideways. It goes so horribly sideways. RB's now just sitting on the other side with no way to make...
How the fuck did they win that retake?
There they are.
Just masterfully handling Navi's strings. Just when they thought they had a read on the...
Yeah, never mind. I think I realized how they won that retake. You remember QX10, how we were talking about Viper walls yesterday, and how this wall goes from level 5 to level 0 instantly? As you can see, yeah, that still stands. This wall literally goes from level 5 in the early round to the mid round / post plant. It goes to a level 0 now. It literally just becomes 0 at this point. Hot take, Viper is useless on this map. I mean, if you came to my stream yesterday, you'll probably still agree with that take. I don't think it would change it, but we just ended up figuring out that this wall right here just gets the most consistent value, like all the time. Bro, it's so stupid because like this wall only gets 16% of value on this map, but it's the fact that you can have 16% of value the entire fucking game that makes it pretty good. No, it's definitely overvalued too. I agree. But like that's the problem with this like Viper on this map. The thing about also run a Brim Omen. I think Wall is overvalued and Viper util is hardly used for win cons, so run a Brim Omen, it's wraps. I actually agree with that. I do agree with that because of the fact that the way I see Viper utility on this map, it's like if you are not playing to its win con, its value just becomes immediately useless, and you basically only used it for like sub 15 seconds of a round. And although those sub 15 seconds can be pretty helpful, that's 15 seconds of an entire fucking 12 rounds. So you think about that and it's like, you're using 15 seconds in a round, multiply that by 12, that's about like, what's 15 times 12? I don't even know the math right now. Hold on. 15 times 12, you get 20. And 3, 0, 5, 1. That's about 170 seconds of usage right there. Is that correct? 15 times 12 is 170? 180. Not 170. 180. I was almost there. But 180 second, yeah. I did it in my head. I had to like, I haven't done mental math in a long time. Let's see this. So run a Brim Omen, it's wraps. The stim is OP for rotations, I agree. The Omen can lurk or not, I agree. Did 120 plus 60. How'd you do that? Oh, wait, I know I did that. Never mind. I know I did it. You can use the Brim the same way you use Viper on defense and attack. Not you guys having a battle about how to do math. 150 plus 30. $12 times 10 and 12 times 5. Base 5 over base 2. Good lord. What the fuck? Sorry, I just read some Discord DMs that just made me go like, what the hell? First of all, base 5 over base 2 is very true. I agree with that. Only because I'm a computer science student do I agree with that. But anywho. So actually, there was a concept that I was messing around with one of my friends. Oh, that is a dot. I did not mean to draw a dot. There was a concept that I was messing around with earlier. About a couple of months ago, I've been messing around with him with this idea. And I said, yo, what are your thoughts on Brim Harbor on this map? Because to me, I partially got inspiration from Paper X for it. Not because of like the fact that like they just run it down with it, but it's because of like, you take a look at the map and it's like, what doesn't Brim Harbor satisfy on this map? You get the early control pretty fast. You still have the same piece of utility. You have the same piece of utility that you would with like an Omen Viper. You have less, sure. You don't have that much stall as you may anticipate you want to have, but it still follows the same dynamic. And I legit did think they just pick random ages and run it down. Honestly, maybe, but I think also they're pretty smart too, because they like actually like they actually take the time to think about like, yo, if we're running it down, we should have like a breach stun in this area when we swing. You know what I mean? Whatever agent makes timings they run. Yeah. Honestly, maybe they could be like that. I'm not sure. But when I saw Brim Harbor as a concept, I was like, I thought about Lotus and I was like, well, shit, man. Like what, like you still get the same amount of, you still get the same type of spokes, just not the same amount and value necessarily. But I mean, fuck, this is like more fluid. This is more reactive and more fluid than something like this, in my opinion. And then I thought about the rest of the comp. I'm like, well, shit, what would I put with this? And then I was like, well, probably this if I'm still considering about fluidness and reactivity. And then I was like, well, fuck, but then you have no info. Okay, well then what about what about this instead of that? And then I was like, okay, that's pretty decent. You actually have the same roughly speaking, info that you would want to have. And then I was just like, well, shit, then I don't want Raze anymore. Maybe I'll go for Jet. Even though I don't like Jet, I think Jet fits it with this map. I don't like Jet on this map. I don't think she fits the map, but I think she fits the comp and the style a little bit better. And then I was just like, well, I don't really know what I would run anymore. I like Brim Harbor on this map a lot, but I don't know what I would put for the rest of the core 3. I do think Jet's okay though. Jet can fit pretty well. I wouldn't even be I would be down to even mess with Gecko too on this map. With this duo. Something like this, and then maybe this. I can mess with. I could 100% be down for that. You still have the same reactivity with the Gecko, but I don't know. I didn't do much theory crafting on it, so I don't really want to put like too much thought into it right now. That being said though, as we were talking about, yeah, like when we talked about in the stream yesterday, why is this so fucking large? We talked about that this wall just instantly becomes a value of 0 right after you get bombed down. That's it. Its value just goes shit. It's gone for. There's no value. And as you can see, we know that like the common retake spots are here and here. And well, you see RB getting fucked. Okay, well, guess what? Now this is smoked off, and then now it's just like GG. They're all in 1v1 spots now. It's kind of over for DRX.
Situation, the rug's pulled out from under them, but Zipan able to get one onto Stacks. Buzz with everything to do. His position surely
But they are
not
still
expected.
playing this really nicely.
Dude, surely not found yet. He can do it all by himself. RB's going to be scaling forward as well, and Alarm Bot deep to cut off any control. But Buzz falls. I mean, they've got him pinched in.
Calling my ball.
Mike, this is discombobulated. This is messy. He's got to get the kill on an Angel. Oh no. Oh no. It's gone sideways. It goes.
And they win their round. Good job.
And same sort of impact today
No, not at
whatsoever.
all. Absolutely.
Smoke,
agree.
dart, again, no nade, no stun, breach ult,
Somehow,
Brim ult.
even in the face of that, they find themselves in a fight. Just down
They
2
get the
rounds in
orb
first.
for, who did they get the orb for? Sova? No, Raze. Yeah, they got Raze ult. Alex said he'll sign a piece of my desk if I find him at Champs. Boy, aren't you excited for that?
Half a Lotus. Orb picked up.
Rolling Thunder
We
here.
got the rolling thunder off of turret contact. Wait a minute. I like what's happening here.
And yeah, on the X-ray you can see just what's on the other side.
Oh, this looks like trouble. What's the follow-up, though? Is there anything behind it? Is it just
No chance.
them? The paranoia and the satchel are beautiful. What a disengage. Oh, but you're not going to be able
You're kidding.
to get out of that. Oh my gosh.
Orbital strike splits them, but nobody secures the space in front of it.
There's no way just because of just because all these abilities are on this team is reactive that fast that they're able to get out that fast.
Rolling Thunder here from Zipan, and yeah, on the X-ray you can see just what's on the other side.
Oh, this looks like trouble. What's the follow-up, though? Is there anything behind it? Is it just them? The paranoia and the satchel are beautiful. What a
Dude,
disengage. Oh, but you're not going to be
that
able to
is
get
so
out of that. Oh
Na'Vi.
my gosh.
Orbital strike splits them, but nobody secures the space in front of it on the side of Na'Vi.
Only person that got damaged was Mako and Zest.
DRX feeling probably pretty.
The timestamp, 31, just 31, literally just 31. Oh, Link, my bad, fucking god. Where's your DMs? There you go.
Zipan, and yeah, on the
Behind it. Is it just them? The
That's crazy. An Omen Blind plus a Fade Dog, and that's it. They just can't win that.
The satchel are beautiful.
Really? You can do that? Oh. Or this. What the fuck? I did not know that.
Beautiful. What a disengage. Oh, but you're not going to be able to get out of that. Oh my gosh.
Orbital strike splits them.
That's the first time I've discovered that.
Nobody secures the space in front of it on the side of Na'Vi. But DRX feeling probably pretty good about that one.
Absolutely.
There's no chance. They got fucking 2 ults out, though. That's actually so tilting. Bro. Fuck it. I would run Fade now at this point. I don't even care about flashes.
Faster.
Fade would just, like, one sees, that's it. It's over. They're not escaping. I know, dude. For 40 damage trade, you have 2 of the best ults in the fucking game.
The thing is, Na'Vi have
Fuck it. Fade. I don't even know, dude. Fuck the Silva at this point. Just go Fade.
rotated so many this way.
Well,
You know, watch that
it's a
guy.
pretty
Are you serious? What is this game, bro? This is so boring. Wait, Blitzbet blended his teammate during the push? Did they?
side.
Oh, this looks like trouble. What's the follow-up, though? Is there any...
Oh, he... Oh, breach utility, breach utility, breach utility. That's why I hate breach on this map. Mind you, I'm a huge breach fan in general. I love breach on this map. I just think breach is strong as fuck. But the problem with breach is that the timings of his abilities just do not fit this map at all. He should just run in with gun. Yeah, no, he should. He should. But bro, if this was any other flash agent or just a faster, if this was just any other flash agent or just like any other ability, like even another stun right here would just make this round perfect. Like, fuck it. Breach ult and then stun. It may sound stupid and repetitive for no reason, but like I'm telling you right now, it actually is not.
Anything behind it? Is it just them? The Paranoia
But yeah, he should have just run in with gun. That is actually so unfortunate.
and the Satchel are beautiful. What a disengage.
I didn't even notice he blinded his teammate too. I just thought it was the Omen blind. You should stun off contact, get their util out, and then ult them. That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah.
Oh, but you're not going to be able to get out of that. Oh my gosh.
But I'm not gonna lie though, this is like an in the moment set play. You know what I mean? They're just like yo. Because like you saw breach started towards A link right here. He started here and then he came back here. He was just like, yo, I have breach ult. So it's just kind of like, it's true. It should have been a stun off contact, but it's an in the moment. You can't really blame it.
But nobody secure.
I think it's just fucked up because of the timings of this stupid fucking agent,
The
dude.
space in front of it on the side of Na'Vi. But DRX feeling probably pretty good about that one.
Absolutely. That could have been...
That is really like the perfect round to win, and they just lost that. And now they're
The thing
popping
is, Na'Vi have
KGL,
rotated so many this way.
and you have breach clear coming out and raise nade.
Well,
You know, watch that
it's a
guy.
pretty depressing lockdown.
Yeah, that's unlucky.
Scans 4.
And info off of the dart.
Angel's playing in the cut as well. He's able to control
by
this
himself.
space outside. B stacks picked off once again. No response
So what's gonna happen? There's 30 seconds. They gotta go C. No.
was found either. DRX shepherd in towards
30
this C
seconds
site right now.
You're running out of time here. If you're going to flip the map, it's got to be now. And the utility hasn't been cleared. They've done
Are you serious?
such a good job of doing it, but they don't seem to care. Managed to get a couple. You've got Zess who's cutting off rotations towards B, but the spike has to go down very soon. And you still have so much presence here from Na'Vi.
Angel's found that kill.
This should open things up. That shock dart. Oh, it didn't bounce. It was a little bit deeper. RB's getting one. A 2v2 somehow. Mako, 85 HP, no armor. The swing out is there, and they try to bully Shao.
Don't tell me DRX actually win this round.
And he cannot
This game fucking sucks, dude.
so
No wonder this team got
rightfully
grouped.
so.
Are you
Mentioned
kidding me,
he
dude?
hasn't played
Was this
selling, but he
In the moment, man. In the moment. Anyways, what happened here?
Bomb buddy out.
CNED with the op. Showstopper in play.
Screen down.
Okay, this is the one round. This is the one round. This is the one round that they don't fucking use or smoke here. They decided to one-way smoke C instead, and they have dark coming out. This is interesting.
Bomb buddy out.
CNED with
The
the op.
one round.
Showstopper in play.
Screen down.
They also use shocks here to guarantee that orb. Are they trying to get it for CNET? No, CNET has ult. Oh, he's an op. That's why.
Early A aggression too.
Something like you.
Go get 'em.
So yeah, throwing everything behind.
Wait, CNET is going mad deep.
Set up CNED. What?
That's a big pick.
All right, well, GG.
So they try and explode on the back of this. Yes, they do. The showstopper doesn't land, but Stacks will find the kill on Shao.
So well handled. The
Yeah,
swing out.
that's
I mean, how find a way.
Let's just skip this round.
Zipan ahead of things. Ahead of the
Or maybe not.
Nightfall. Ahead.
Nope, we're skipping this. Angel not clutching that.
He said he took it personally. Between Navi and Dion.
All right, so I mean, what do we got? We got 6 to 6 half. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Trader solo.
Yeah, 6 to 6 half. That's not bad.
You know, the desk talked about it, Mike, early on. It seemed like we were set up for all these electric.
All right, what do we got here? So we talked about defense half. Defense was pretty simple. They kind of just did the same starting utility every single round. Nothing really changed up except like maybe 2 rounds. So that's 2 out of 12 rounds that they did something different on start in particular. When it comes to just Sova and Breach, right? When it comes to sorry, not Sova and Breach. When it comes to Sova and Brim. When it comes to Breach, Raze, and KJ, they were a little bit fluid in this comp. But Sova and Breach kind of did the same exact shit. Or Sova and Brim. I keep saying Breach and Brim at the same time.
Rounds towards A main, and we didn't see much of that. See if that's the case.
Anywho, one thing I want to quickly discuss right here is that it doesn't matter what duelist, what initiator, what anything you run. No matter what, you are never winning early A control off rip. That is just the way the map plays. That is just the way the default comp plays. You can run the default comp versus the default comp, and I guarantee you, you are still never winning early A control. Ever. Just ever. That's just how it works. That's just the way the map plays, right? Maybe you can argue a breach stun. You can probably argue a breach stun or a flash. The only thing that will technically help you win an early A control is throwing a knife like this. Because what this does is it gets literally everybody here. But I'm going to tell you right now, even if you throw this knife, that's not you winning early A control. That's you confirming that, like, yo, they probably aggressed this line and they're disabled. That's about it. They still have guns. They still have everything they can to hold you back. And even if you throw this, that still doesn't mean that they don't have utility that just came out. So by the time this goes off and lands, a Raze nade is already here and probably a Fade sees, and they're disabled, and that doesn't matter because they still technically won early A control. Right? So just keep that in mind. No matter what comp, they are never winning early A control. C, they can always win early. B, they can always win early. A, no. A is hella defender-sided.
Here.
Which was strange, because I want to come back to something Josh mentioned.
Sorry. A is hella defender-sided in the early round. In the mid-round / late round, it's a lot attacker-sided.
Which is, you know, a number of times DRX being forced into, you know, clutch situations to close out rounds. But their recovery factor yesterday was, I mean, nothing short of amazing.
Yeah.
In terms of losing out first bloods and still converting 4v5s or trading them back.
Anyways, look at this. They're just contacting up C. They're gonna break the dart, or not the dart. Sorry, they're gonna break the
It wasn't broke. Well,
turret,
why fix it? But that just hasn't been the exact same. This time
and they get
around.
the orb because of that. This is
Much
smart.
more-
Instead of just getting the orb, they decided to fully contact up here, get the info, and just go back and get the orb.
Dogfight.
I like this. I like this, but this is like a much better way of approaching C than the way DRX did it, because the way DRX did it is they always forced out that breach zone, which isn't bad. I mean, as you can see right here, you can see that like literally Mako and RB had the similar idea. If you watch this, you see RB, or not RB, sorry. You see Mako with the blind out, but instead of doing it off of the orb, they're doing it off of the turret contact.
I mean, the win rate in those situations was just stupid. And if it wasn't broke, well, why fix it? But that just hasn't been the exact same this time around. Much more of a dogfight.
Very cautious, tentative approach here from Na'Vi in the pistol. Another 20 seconds on the recon, but the spike slowly making its way across towards C. Marco and RB will have their hands full here with all 5 members of Na'Vi.
This is smart.
Interesting here too. You expect Killjoy's utility to be
Drone
set up
comes
here.
out.
You don't have the same tools to clear that
Probably
out.
the most slowest piece of scaling utility by far. But this is good. They're just trying to break out the trap completely.
Meanwhile, there's so much space to DRX.
And now they're gonna
to
pop
take towards
exec.
A. They've just smoked off the turret, but they're gonna commit to the C site. Both nanoswarms have been used.
They're not gonna
be
pop
able to get
exec.
through.
20 seconds. And they're past the turret.
Now they're pop execing. It's not even a pop exec. That's just a contact out exec.
Aware of it, though.
It was smoked off at first. You see the first few share of shots go wide. The spike finally seems like it's gonna go down, but DRX
It doesn't go
pushing
down.
right
Jesus
back.
Christ.
He's not gonna have time. He's well out of reach. What?
On the down past
Well,
the
good
box
attempt.
in the end, yes, but the clock ultimately decided that. All of the kills come through for DRX in the end, yes, but see that.
Remember what I said, boys? You are never winning early A, no matter the comp.
Reveal.
This is big. He got out I, C's, he got out Raze, Roomba. So that's pretty big info
He's invested
overall.
behind it.
He knows that 3 people are here.
Angel getting a little curious here.
Yeah. Back to the scene of crime, are we? First one cleared. Turret still up. Nothing but a warning shot. I like this too. They leave CNED here loud on the rotate out. But they leave a trap. The question is, does the trap get challenged?
Why are we needing?
Oh, it's not a trap anymore. He's made his presence very clear. This is actually, I really like this from Na'Vi, just because of the presence that they've shown. One alarm by
I guess they're really trying to pull the rotates over.
Excuse me, a Molly has been used by Zest. He has none of that left. So you're seeing them slowly draw some of that utility out.
Buzz at least gets information on this jump peak early enough that Stacks should be able to beat the rest of Na'Vi towards A site. Oh, we'll reconfirm at least on the second jump peak. That's going to be a big paranoia.
Oh, that's a huge paranoia.
Yeah, but what's ahead of it? Buzz on the swing. Stacks there, popping through the smokes.
How many seconds did it take them to swing through smoke?
That's going to be a big paranoia to slow things down as well.
Yeah, but what's ahead of it? Buzz on the
26,
swing.
25,
Stacks there, popping
24.
through the smokes. Well done by DRX. Shao's by himself and somehow manages to sidestep the satchel and never goes off, gets a kill, upgrades a weapon. to
Damn,
1v3.
bro. 50 HP?
On him.
Anyways, that's a lost round.
4 points away.
Stacks again, the only one to bring a pistol into this round.
You just look at this round and you just think that like, oh, DRX was just had all the space covered. Like that jump peak by Buzz and then Stacks to come off from there was already good enough for them to confirm where they were. The problem with that attack round, although it's like, yeah, it's granted it's an eco round for Na'Vi, right? You look at it and it's just like, they're not really consistently contesting space, right? And that's because like their comp just doesn't allow them to do that, right? With Viper, you can consistently contest space for a long period of time, safely, arguably safely, right? But with a double initiator, that's a different case. It comes down to a lot more of just being proactive and less about like just holding, right? When you look at this comp, it's a lot about like holding. I want to contain these areas and I want to just be a nuisance. When you look at this comp, you think of like, okay, I want to set up things more. I want to cause a lot of misinformation and do a lot of like cool execs and whatnot.
That trend does continue into the
You arguably have a stronger exec with this one than this one. So
buy rounds as well. And one thing, I mean, for DRX, just that particular Stacks' utility was absolutely flawless on the fade. See if DRX have any other trap plays set up. Heavy presence.
which, speaking of which, you can cause a lot more misinformation with this comp than this comp, just for the record. People will say that like Viper causes a lot more misinformation, but that's just not true. That just comes down to conditioning. She's a Viper, she's a smoke at the end of the day. So, but if you look at like initiator, things like flashes and darts and whatever not, that's a lot more misinformation than a smoke.
B here. Stacks revealing that there's a Guardian here.
But concealing that there's more than one as far as personnel goes.
Did he just dart A and just get A control that fast? Oh,
Trap play
yeah.
set up.
Yeah, bro literally just darted A and got A control.
Side B here. Stacks revealing that there's a Guardian here.
but concealing that there's more than one as far as personnel goes.
We're setting up for the paranoia here, actually.
I mean, surely you don't invest in that without real confirmation of what's on the other side, right?
Got the spike.
They're considering it. They're already ahead of the smoke. And the
It's an anti-eco, or a bonus, sorry. So they're playing this pretty correctly. Stun comes out. This molly is pretty good. That delays so much time.
Stay alive for the rest of them to show
That drone
up.
was big. That drone was actually
Angel's already
huge.
through, and Angel's already gotten a kill. Oh, but he doesn't find anything.
Now it's just brawl.
They've somehow managed to keep them back at least for a little bit. They're gonna bonus them, Mike. Sax and RB are up. Never mind, I jinxed him. It's RB by himself.
So gets you down to 15 HP. This is definitely doable for RB.
Do they know where he is?
Asking for another clutch from the hero of DRX once again. Shao
Got
posted
time.
up. But he's found
Oh. That was close.
DRX probably feeling pretty good about themselves there. Out.
Averted.
But nonetheless, Na'Vi with the plant on the
All right, we got 5C. 5C alarm bot here, or turret here holding. They just contact. Pretty good. They force off the KJ off the line. Get orb. Now they have KJ ult for the XX. Shock comes in to hold off the space.
What do they do with it?
And instead of KJ ulting, they're just going to go for it.
They're just gonna funnel
Stun,
out onto C, and they're gonna do
nade,
so quickly.
Dart
Buzz
comes out,
dropping a nade.
aftershock.
I mean,
This
but
is
the
a lot
Dart
of
is
utility, and
lit.
RB is somehow getting 3 kills.
They're gonna funnel behind it. They fought out onto the site.
What the fuck
They're
happened?
just gonna funnel out onto C, and they're gonna do so quickly. They're just gonna funnel out onto C, and they're gonna do so quickly.
Blind comes out. Ult comes out. Another nade comes out from Buzz.
Buzz dropping a nade. I mean, but
And then
the
RB just swings and gets 2 from here.
Dart is lit up. That knife pulse gonna help though. They're gonna funnel behind it. They fought out onto the site. Just when you thought Na'Vi had control, DRX punch back.
That's crazy that Na'Vi don't get a single kill in that exchange as well.
Nothing.
Wait, look at Buzz. Look at what he does in this cam.
Crazy that Na'Vi don't get a single kill in that exchange as well.
He was about to start typing.
Nearly caught with the shock dart. 20 HP. But still standing. And in firm control of this spike now. Na'Vi just going to
That's
sit behind
insane,
this smoke,
dude.
hope for somebody to overpeak.
They're gonna have to do it 2 or 3 times just to get on equal footing. I mean,
My brain
Sax
can't
just
even
went
process
all
what
tech
happened.
pausing.
Essentially, remember how we talked about earlier how like you shouldn't, like most people when they path towards this direction, the white line instead of the red line. Well, you see, the 2 people that tried to go to the white line, they got backed off because of the nade, and they went to the red line, and in the process they got collided. Yeah, they went to red line. You could literally see right here they got collided by RB. Even though they didn't directly go into this direction, it's the fact that they backed up and they were in that red line POV that made it fucked.
Series to potentially winning the round with that nightfall. What a legend.
So that's a big
I'm
boo
sure
boo.
we'll get another look at it here at the
I
end of the round.
think it's because like you consider like what utility they also threw. They threw Raise Nade, Fade Seas, and Omen Blind, so it was just like, well shit, we can't really actually get to this location. And they actually had no clue who is here in that area too. So it's just a whole util battle. It really is just a whole util battle. Realistically, what should have happened was somebody should have like double satcheled in. Like, cause nobody actually got far. If you look at the whole exec in particular, nobody really got far.
What do they do with it?
Or I'm lying, sorry, he did double satchel, but he didn't really get far at all.
They're just gonna funnel out onto C, and they're gonna do so quickly. Buzz dropping a nade. I mean, but
Like he's just spraying, essentially. He's just spraying.
they're just gonna funnel out onto C, and they're gonna do so quickly. Buzz dropping a nade. I mean, but the dart, he's lit up. What do they do with it? They're just gonna funnel out onto C, and they're gonna do so quickly. Buzz dropping a nade. I mean, but the dart, he's lit up. That knife pulse gonna help though.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is pretty much just a lost round. Just a save. Nothing you can do about it. They chase? They don't chase now. Let's look at the replay real quick.
If Buzz's drive-by was no... Yeah. Throws the finances off kilter here for Na'Vi, Doug.
Yeah, wow, that was perfectly timed.
Oh, I mean, that
Yeah,
helps
well, that's
too.
how that happened, yeah.
Yeah, that helps.
If Buzz's
All right, timeout.
potentially play out another round.
A balloon.
I didn't catch it.
What do they do with this? A Bulldog, a Guardian, and a Vandal. Any left over
I've never seen a straighter lineup. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So some bite.
All right, we got 3 ults across the board. We got looks like a passive hold, really.
But still plenty left over for the next round.
Wow, that's 4 people.
Meanwhile, an aggressive, decisive push from DRX once again.
We saw a number of variations of this as well. Previously on Lotus from DRX, very quickly collapsing back towards C-site here.
They break alarm bot. It's pretty big.
And Na'Vi actually gathered out.
Navi really likes to do this contact-y type of plays, I noticed.
Na'Vi's lockdown could be
So far, they
huge in
aren't really
terms of
trying to
C-site
fight too much for these main controls. They're just kind of contacting a lot.
Thought he might go. If there was something with the Prowler, something with the Seas.
I want to offer promotion. Oh, Lord. That's not pretty good. Hello, Haley Sucks. Welcome to the stream. Oh, wait. It's you. You changed your name. Is this the rebrand? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Yeah, because I was like, who's Haley Sucks? I've never seen this name before. I was like, oh wait, I know you. Welcome though, welcome. I like the name. I like the name too. Right now we're just doing a stream on the most recent match between Na'Vi versus DRX. And well, so far we are unimpressed. Unimpressed. But that's okay. Thank you. It's like a dig on me, but also because I like succulents. Ooh, I see, I see. Trying to get back to plat. Nice, nice. I've been ever since the ranked reset, I got thrown in plat, and I've been queuing every single day, and now I'm no longer plat. I'm like back to I'm diamond 2 right now. I'm actually really close to reaching diamond 3. Let me know if you ever want to queue sometime though. Just message me on Discord. I'll be down. I can see if I can get a Smurf. I peaked plat. They put you at bronze 3? What? Bro, I ended diamond 3, or yeah, I ended diamond 3 and they put me in like plat 1. And I felt so disgraceful. And I was like, damn. I'm plat 1? Fuck. Damn. What's wrong with me? No, no. I don't mean it like that way. Now you'll reach there, don't worry. Gold 2, you'll get out of gold 2. You got this. My placement was not nice in the slightest, bro. Riot doesn't like being nice to human beings. They like you know how they are. They like to test their AI a lot to make sure the human beings actually get like fucked. They do stress tests, you know what I mean? I've spent so much money for Riot and they were like, nah, fuck you. That's such a mood. Thank God I don't spend money on Riot no more, bro. Or else I'd be fucking broke. I'm already broke, but you know, I don't want to do that. Be more broke. Hold on 1 second, my mom's calling me. Okay, I'm back. Every lobby I have 9 AIs in my game. Enemy team is hard bots. My team is easy bots. That's so true. I just bought Ion Vandal and Champions Vandal. Oh my god. Nah, I'd be having hard bots on my team sometimes. And other times I just get easy bots. I don't know what's with the AIs, man. They're getting too strong. But like not strong enough to help me, man. Like they're getting strong for the world, but like god damn, man, like at least help a guy out. Literally went on a win streak last night, played duelist mostly, and then lost 1 game, and I was like, yep, I'm done. No, I can definitely drop like 26 and still lose too. It's so fucked. I think I played like 3 games yesterday, and the last game I just wasn't fragging as much as I could have, and I just got off at that point. It's hard, bro. It's hard. I don't know how people keep it together all the time. But some people got that dog in them, you know what I'm saying? All right, we'll do. Take care. I appreciate you for stopping by as well. All right, let's finish this up because I gotta go eat lunch and then I gotta go to practice. Practice time. What do we got right here?
No investment yet.
We got the eco. Eco. All right, we know that what is it? What do they do? I forgot what this. Yeah, it's been 2 hours. I know. It's been 2 hours. I don't know how I made this thing so long, but it's also because this VOD is pretty long too, and I'm actually just trying to. I'm trying to talk a lot more about the concepts, less about the actual like VOD review itself. And because like you know, as a VOD reviewer, you can't really like. You can't really VOD review on stream because you have to talk to chat, so it becomes harder. But you know, that's just the reality. Anyways, 4A, they don't instantly react. They said, "Fuck that. We're just gonna play discipline. We're going to like just keep our same game plan and contact up."
We saw a number of variations.
They contact up fully. They break the alarm bot, so now they force people towards B. They got the re-clear out. I was gonna ask why didn't Shout break that, but I know why. It's because he has a Vandal, and they don't want them to know that he has a Vandal.
Buzz with no satchels. I thought he might go.
But now they know he has a Vandal. It doesn't matter.
But there was something with the Prowler, something with the Seas. No investment yet.
They open up the door, start pivoting towards C, but looks like they're just grouping up. They're trying to give a lot of misinformation.
With how good of a job of Navi have done of clearing some of that early on, of just
Can I make this
pushing
better?
out, clearing one of the nanos.
Not necessarily going to be a factor here. This Navi group outside A.
Look at all these 5 men.
40 seconds left on the clock. Shout Down to 25 HP.
Big jump peak. Now they're just gonna speed up, and they have the read anyways.
Potentially dig his heels in here.
Oh, that was a perfect stun. I mean, perfect flash, perfect flash.
That flash was just too much for him to deal with. He's going for this.
What?
Oh my gosh, he still got the kill on the CNED. What?
Somehow will equalize the head count. The lockdown will clear sight. Navi will be able to get a comfortable plant.
Whoa.
Oh wait, that orbital strike was perfect.
The lockdown
He
will
said,
clear
"Fuck the
sight.
flood. You're not getting on the site."
Navi will be able to get a comfortable plant.
Whoa,
Orbital
that's it.
strike as well. Angel going to follow up on this.
I love that too. So deep. Set the line of scrimmage further back. Force them to invest utility. To
Yeah, I
take
know.
space that
CNED
they
is
should
literally
normally
in the air.
have. This puts DRX in a brutal spot.
The problem being as well, look how disconnected Xiao. He's actually going to invest the Hunter's Fury here to deal with the lockdown instead.
Oh
And it's just gonna
no,
pave the way,
that turret
open
wasn't
things up.
holding their back.
The Hunter's Fury here to deal with the lockdown instead. And that's just going to pave the way, open things up for Stacks.
I mean, DRX are still rolling behind it. Stacks against the second. Chao to get to the only two that remain. And Chao, as you mentioned,
Dude, this
so
was an
disconnected,
expensive
so
round.
far
They
back,
used
25
ults
HP, nothing
and
but
they
five
lose the
seconds with
round.
Everything to do and nothing found. All on to Chao now.
Nice
Tries
kill,
to
though.
swing one with the classic, the second
Nice
hit,
try,
back,
dude.
but
That's
it's not
fucking crazy.
gonna matter.
That's actually the most expensive round I've seen by far. And they get Vandals now, but now they have no win conditions. I mean, nor does DRX. That was a pretty fair and equal. That was still pretty fair and equal, but like, holy shit, that was expensive as fuck. They have Rachel coming up though. They can still get something.
Comfortable about the weaponry maybe, or the HP bars. I feel as if they can disconnect, get back outside of tree, and wait out the lockdown. Again, it's very awkward to have to fight back into tree if you concede that space in that
My boy
situation.
looks
I
upset.
think on the other side too, DRX so confident to take the fight. Right, once the lockdown goes down, they're just gonna flood behind it, regardless.
Anyways,
of what's on the other
3A
side.
aggression A. Double satchel
Many of these,
gets killed.
the haunt
Angel
is the
trades. By the way, Angel, what is your fucking cast? I need to see your cast in this game, bro. There's no way you're the only one that's getting trades this entire game. Okay, I don't know how he has 69% cast, because I swear to God, this guy has traded more than everybody else. Like, I'm not even kidding when I say that. Then again, this guy also takes first contact a lot too, so maybe that's why his cast is low. Because he doesn't get traded. You know, I forgot that cast not only measures how many times you get traded, but also measures how many times you trade someone else. So, yeah. All the coaches looked upset in this entire champs. I mean, it's champs, you know. I would be upset too, if you know what I mean.
distraction
That
for
being said, what the fuck happened here?
flood
I want to see
behind
this.
it,
Did he stim
regardless
beacon? I need to see if this guy's stim beacon. I want everyone to look right here and tell me if he fucking stim beacon.
of what's on the other side.
Could see a
He didn't
clash
stim
here,
beacon.
actually.
He didn't stim beacon. They could have beat that blind, but no stim beacon. Like, is it just me, QX10, or have we watched this entire VOD and have we ever seen Angel use stim beacon once? Like, has he? Because I don't even remember. Maybe he's used stim beacon to rotate the most. That's the most I can think of off the top of my head. But I swear to God, I haven't seen this guy's stim beacon to take site, retake site, flood. Like, just rotate is the most I've seen stim beacon. Because I know damn well that you can beat that.
The flood behind
Sure,
it,
they
regardless
listen, the only thing they used was fucking
of
recon.
what's on the other side.
Could see a
They didn't
clash.
use fade C's at all. The blind comes out. They're just dodging it. They're just saying CNED, go inside. That's it. CNED, go kill. But guess what? CNED has to break a recon.
We haven't had
Like a stim beacon? Hello?
any of these. The haunt is the distraction for Buzz to get the
And then, yeah, now there's no smokes in the mid round.
kill onto CNED, and he gets a second. The spike is down,
Yeah, like they can beat it with stim, especially if you're 5-manning. Exactly.
but there's not enough to follow up, I don't think.
Why is Xiao all the way out here and where's the rest of his teammates?
Did they seize that?
And he gets a kill. Okay, never mind. Fuck me.
Yeah, Shao was stuck.
Alright, well, now this is a 3v2.
Xiao finds the Prowler and the headshot onto Buzz. Brings it back to a 3v2 in favor of Na'Vi. This is one of the rounds where actually there isn't a paint shell or a snake bite invested towards the.
Can I just say, by the way, every time I see Xiao's face, all I just see is a dark fucking shadow over this guy's eyes all the time. I'm gonna take a screenshot. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Look at this guy's fucking eyes. You don't see them ever. Like, hold on. Let me open up Twitter. Please tell me there's no private stores. Okay, thank God there isn't. Okay, actually, there might be one fucked up thing. Anyways, yeah, look at this. Like, I never see how this guy actually looks like as a person. Like this, you're telling me this man right here looks like he's about to murder my family? That's the same person? I always see it every time I watch a world championship, but like even Masters too. If I go to a Masters VOD and I find a picture of Xiao, I'm telling you they look the exact same. They look the exact same. Look, I'll go to it. I'll show you what I mean.
So excited. That squeezing before information.
We gotta find Xiao.
Fragging. This is Navi's pretty close loss. So far, so a 0-4 beginning.
So we get to where's Xiao? Xiao's the Astro, right?
Down map 3. Cool, but that's maybe an opening for Zipan's found.
All right, Xiao's dead. Fuck. I gotta prove a point. Yo, look what I'm saying. Like he's like the Dark Knight. Look at this guy. You just never see his face. Bro's locked in. And then you just look at this. Happy man. Smiling. Sort of smiling. Right? He has that little grin. And he just looks like he's about to like he's gotta kill everybody in this fucking. He's Bruce Wayne, dude. I know. I'm gonna just close Twitter now. I can't stop looking at these fucking tweets, dude. Anyways, yeah, we gotta finish this up. I gotta go eat dinner fast, or dinner lunch. Anyways, they got this 3v2. Yo, peep the United tweet on the side. That's my team. What United tweet? Oh, is this soccer? Bruh. I actually don't know anything about soccer. I know people love this team though. United. Yes, my Twitter is fucked, dude. All I see is just drama after drama after drama.
Outside B, not necessarily in a position to.
I know, Maria. I know you are people.
No, just hanging out and watching, waiting.
I mean, it could be. He's ahead of the alarm bot, so if Na'Vi do actually execute on.
All right, what happens here? They break the wall. It's done.
That might be the case.
And we got RB all the way here. He's actually playing this really well.
Interesting too. That wall goes up from Zest.
Planning.
RB
Dead.
He drops the wall for him.
well done.
That is actually perfectly timed, that wall, just from Zest alone.
Very well done, but more to be done. More to be found.
30 seconds left.
Zest is left alone. A 1v2.
They open the door. They go C.
Remove that element entirely. Zest tagged.
Up, down?
A high-low. Way too much to deal with here.
Up, down,
surely.
up, down, up, down.
But they've given him 1v1s. They're repositioning. Zest has a shot at this. It's small.
Yo.
And it is.
To play, you can't discross.
That's messy as fuck.
To secure.
Yeah.
Alright, what do we got? We got 3A, we got another 2A, basically. 3v2. What's gonna happen here? We got Nade over here, we got probably C's probably right here, and then we get Open Blind, that's my guess.
It's pull back and forth.
Oh.
Just when it seems like the team has control. That's just not the case.
That was messy as fuck.
A little bit of damage.
Takumi, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
Spike currently not in hand. Sugetsu getting the orb mid. I mean, Sugetsu's still pretty far off of his lockdown here.
Zipan one away from the Rolling Thunder, seen there two off the showstopper. Maybe just wanted to deny that orb, nonetheless.
Mako by himself here. Tucks behind the wall. Yes, some cover there.
Yeah, I'm coming down in a bit.
I mean, do you pounce off of this?
The drone comes to re-clear. They get all the space back. That's actually pretty big. And they say, fuck it, we're not going here.
Joining him, but Na'Vi don't actually follow through.
All right, I just want you guys to pay attention real quick. I want you to tell me if he uses this. I'm not gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at the round. You tell me if he uses that ability real quick. I need to make sure. All right, we got nade, dart, shocks, double satchel, smokes. I hear it. Yeah, he used it. Used it. He used it, and nobody scaled except Brim or Breach. Sorry.
Around, drop him. Zip end though, there for the trade. He answered the call for one. So you get to there. Oh, you could tell Buzz was suspecting where the play was coming. 13 seconds left.
This is gonna be a flood retake, no? Yeah, it's gonna be a hella flood retake.
There it is. It's gonna push a couple of members back, but it seems like DRX may have found a swap right through it. The haunt finding,
what the hell?
Finding value. Buzz getting one. Shao with the shock darts. It's just a tap out on the spike. A 2v2 now. Sagetsu's still there.
Yes, Raze would be beneficial for Raze when she satchels out. That is correct. Because you move faster. So when you move faster, you technically can go farther.
They've got him corralled in. DRX surrounded. They've already gotten it to half. It's
Wow. Shao is insane.
Feel comfortable, but unfortunately,
Yeah, he didn't seem seen it.
Na'Vi
for dramatic effect.
Alright, attack Buzz. This is the last one. We're gonna scheme this.
But here, Mike.
Let's see what happens. We got a 4-1-B
No armor on Zest.
with the turret holding B as well.
Or excuse me, on Mako.
Well, technically B and C. That's what it holds. C's comes out, no nade whatsoever.
It's messy.
And they're just contacting. They're gonna do a pop exec, I'm calling it. It's gonna be a double satchel inside dart. Dart plus triple smokes.
Na'Vi looking to throw a curveball potentially here towards a B side execute.
I haven't seen much of that.
No, they do follow through.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at reading this.
I mean, they've gotten so much space for free. I guess why not? Are they going to try to flood again off the paranoia? Yeah, that's...
Oh, Lord. No stim, but what the fuck happened? Shao gets smoked off.
They've gotten so much space for free. I guess.
No, he gets blinded and smoked off. That fade eye is bad? Is that fade eye bad? Yeah, that fade eye's bad. We have double up towards breakable. We have a blinded person planning and a blinded person main. And then CNED just unfortunately decides to double up with the breach at that moment. I mean, yes, they do have to fight something. The thing is they did not need to force the plant there. The problem with this map is it's true that you have to fight something, but this is the thing. People think that when you have to fight something for B, that means you have to fight like something like this area, right? But the truth is, not necessarily. If you're fighting this area, okay, that's great, but that doesn't mean you're actually fighting for that area, right? You gain nothing if you gain this area. You just gain a better post-plant position for that. But you don't actually really gain much from it. When I think about fighting something, I think about like this area, or even just like taking heaven control and being right here in this position, and then just holding off this area. That's what I think about fighting. Like I prefer fighting this particular than this. That's not to say that like you shouldn't go for this pathing. You should go for this pathing in general, because this is a really hard area to fight for. But that means that like if you get this area, that's great, but that doesn't mean you should be willing to plant. That means you should still fight for this area at least, or something like here. It's probably a better idea to fight for heaven though if you're fighting for this, purely because of the fact that if you have one person here and you have one person here, you can actually play you can actually like work off each other, like possibly. Because if this person dies here, this person can trade. It doesn't matter where they come from. If they come from here, this person can still trade. If they come from here, this person can still trade. That's just how it works. But like I said, like you should still get this area regardless. But you need to fight for something. You need to fight for like heaven at least. And unfortunately, you look at this round and they get this, and then Cena just starts, and then Angel just starts planning. That's not how you play the map, unfortunately.
I mean, they've gotten so much space for free. I guess why not? Are they going to try to flood again off the paranoia?
Not only that, CNED fucked up his nade. I think no, that was Buzz. Never mind. CNED didn't throw his nade.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. They have the haunt there too to provide some cover to get some info. Shao able to get the snap, but it looks like they're going to get eco unless Zipan and Sugetsu can do something about it.
No way they get ecoed.
Upgraded for the defense, and there's really nothing that they can do. They're going to have to flood behind the flash. Dax is already got
Wow.
On the wrong side.
up a call into question. the option to go B here. Such a chaotic sight. And just not well navigated. DRX with the 2-round lead, 3 ultimates, and the other 2
I'm sorry, this is just the goofiest thing I've ever seen.
were just the pip away, Mike.
I was going to say, we weren't far off. One of those rounds where
He's still holding.
nearly everything is available.
He just says, yeah, fuck it, I'm Jordan, guys. I don't know the lineup.
So gets him one off the lockdown on the other side. Zipan, obviously nowhere near the Rolling Thunder, but back
Oh.
off the drone.
Oh.
Get tagged on the first time to
Oh.
Fury.
Oh,
Able to
never mind.
escape the others, though.
Wait, that was pretty big, no? He got all of A space just from a drone alone.
Available. So gets him one off the lockdown on the other side. Zipan, obviously nowhere near the Rolling Thunder, but tag off the drone.
Yeah, literally all of A space from a
Get tagged on
drone.
the first time to Fury.
And an
To
ult.
escape the others, though.
Yeah, you basically cleared all of A. Now he has to use Viper ult.
To secure, he does.
Wow.
Once hits the panic button, so Na'Vi drawing out an ultimate very early on,
Bring them down.
but potentially removing A.
Now just gonna pivot to B. Yes? Yes, sir.
Gonna hit B side once again.
Do we fight something though?
Unless
Somebody
it's
break the
still
turret for
up,
CNET?
that showstopper,
Yes, sir, we
yeah,
fight
it's
heaven.
Some space and it's gonna buy some time, but it's not gonna get much else. You can't help but bring back to memory what we just saw in the previous round. This time with the paranoia, this time with the ult, and this time
That's still a pretty good round right here for Na'Vi.
Keeping things at bay for now. Mako should
They're holding off the flood out.
create some space and cause some problems. Zest is also there, but you see CNED ready for it. He's waiting. Zest is so weak.
Yes, sir.
Not
Good
able to
job.
get
Good job.
anything with it.
Good round. This save now. This is saved. Yeah.
To secure.
Lockdown, Mako's ult. Shigetsu has his 2.
Not this again.
You saw Shao lining up for this.
Not this again.
This round. Ultimately opted to go for the drone. Got that tag on his S that drew out the Hunter's Fury.
He's still holding.
This time,
Wow.
more patient.
Insane dart. Hey guys, nobody's a rebel. There's no way we waited that long for that dart. We waited 15 seconds for that dart. That's actually insane. I hate playing B like this. It's so suffocating, like without pushing upper / CT. Showers just came inside, yeah. Yes.
Spotted will retreat.
Anywho, that's pretty big. 1 dart and you get all of A control. That's nice.
Back towards
Good
Fury.
work. 4 people up A now.
In a position to
What are we gonna do? Another pop exec?
already.
Yeah, I'm sensing a pop exec. Stun in here, and it's over.
Oh, Zest.
Dancing with death here, but nobody from Na'Vi actually progressing through the wall.
Or picked up from Zipan there, now 3 points away from the Rolling Thunder. Handle's been broken, and Mako has to be aware of it now, has to respect the possibility of what's on the other side. No
This is really good. This smoke right here just forces them to have so much pressure alone. And even though that like, yeah, sure, this door is broken, so they can actually just hold across the entire time. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that this thing applies pressure for 20 seconds, and this guy is forced to 1v1. So they're always going to throw utility through this smoke, no matter what. So 1 dog down and 1 C's down, and that's it. That's pretty big.
On the seas, Mako patient.
Anywho, Mako gets his 1, doesn't get the second. That is actually super unfortunate. Okay.
Connect, but Zest, what?
30 seconds left.
Through the box, lands it on his hip end.
KJ ult comes by. This is actually a pretty nice KJ ult.
Now lockdown, drop a second one.
Angel gets 1, Shao gets 1. Pretty good trades all around.
Leaving a 2v2
Beetle comes
stack
through.
with the Nightfall
They're gonna go A.
to confirm where they're going.
Yep.
The silence
They've
definitely.
read it well.
Yeah. I mean, they're ahead of it. Yeah, the alarm bot is there, but Sax is going to get a chance to make the play. He's gotten it down to 1. He's going to have to get the spike down very quickly, and that's going to force RB to go quickly. It forces him to go fast, but no. Plant giving up.
Holy shit.
RB on the swing.
Nice round.
Ahead of it. He's now overtime.
The double.
So, as you can tell, compared to regular Lotus playstyle, Na'Vi is really just contacting every single thing. You watch this and like there's like maybe 1 round that Na'Vi was like, yeah, we're just gonna try to brute force our way through it. As you can see, you had CNED double satchel across and then die. That was like the 1 round that they did that. But every single round, they've just been contacting. Just because it's so easy.
I mean,
If you know where the heavy stack is, then you as a pack don't need to do anything else other than just walk up.
ults are kind of close, but
If you play like any map, like even bind, you could do that a lot too. If you play like split, you could do that too. Like there's a lot of ways. There's a lot of map that you could just do a lot of contact plays up.
not really going to be the case. And look at the aggression from
I think Billy is in their team that does that too, where they just do a lot of contact plays.
DRX. They invested the paranoia, the haunt, the double satchel, the nade. They dumped so much to control A main.
Na'Vi rolling the dice again on another B site hit potentially. They're stacked up here.
Oh no, not a B-side hit.
It's interesting here.
That doesn't break it? Are you serious, my brother?
It's interesting here because Buzz is going to be the one left A. It's normally Mako.
Na'Vi will catch the info outside the door.
And they've gone back to where the nanos were previously. The satchel just cleared of both.
Yeah, well guess what, boys? Just an alarm bot.
Alarm bot's going to give it away. Forcing stacks back.
Alright, what are we fighting for? We're fighting for double
Alarm bot
breakable
actually
door?
just repositioned back out onto the site. It didn't.
No, we're fighting for
Moved
CT.
it first, didn't go off. Now they're.
Now we're pivoting breakable.
Zipan is the rolling thunder, Mike.
That Stim Beacon came out, by the way. That's Stim Beacon moment right there. He actually did Stim Beacon, so that's pretty good.
It's gonna be so chaotic as you see them both vying for control of such a small space. But not
Oh
equalizing. It's a
my
3-2.
god, that's the only reason they won. That's because Sugetsu's insane. Bro, that reminds me of that artist clip. You guys remember that artist clutch clip?
You won, and it's not control of such a small space. But Navi equalizing. It's
Like,
a
bro, that's crazy.
DRX for them. He's always most time in this best of three. Zest. Stacks.
Oh wait, they're five manning A. Oh, please tell me if we Stim Beacon. Please tell me we Stim
Brings a
Beacon.
sheriff in here. A guardian in the hands of Zest.
Oh,
We do Stim Beacon, but not to get the satchel out. We Stim Beacon after we get the blind.
A guardian in the hands of Zest.
it's
And
a
see it opens up.
Wait, what? He flashed?
A guardian in the
And he gets
hands of
two.
Zest.
it's
And
the
see
same.
it opens up.
It's the same play.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, it's late, but Cena is him, bro.
But Cena surely has taken us the distance. I mean, with an opener like that, and the Rolling Thunder to secure things, Mako stunned up, stunned
Oh,
around.
wow, that's-
Tries to reposition, and does so into his death.
Bro, we got a fast exec for once. Let's go. That's a good way to speed it up. That's actually a really good way to set the tempo.
RB would have to
Don't complicate it. It's the last round. Just freaking go for it. Send it, bro. That's all you gotta do.
We talk about miracles.
If you keep playing the same playstyle on an 11 and 12 round, you're gonna get red. Like, you're just gonna get red. Most of the time, people have the read on you by the time you start that comeback. So if you actually just like play completely obnoxious compared to the way you normally played to get that comeback, you just win.
Certainly that. A prime gaming flawless off of the.
So that was a good round. That was actually really good.
CNED. Couple of freebies offered up.
Yeah, just something really weird.
A lot on the line here. We talked about that.
All right, what do we got?
Champions.
We got the dart plus smoke. Okay. Fuck me, man, dude.
Neither team willing to relent. Yeah, Na'Vi back on the defense here for first round of overtime.
It's the same exact thing we saw, bro. Everything is the exact same.
Deeper investment as who gets
Who won this game again? Oh,
towards
damn.
elbow. Does have Angel in support.
I just spoiled it for myself.
See Zipan toying with the idea
Yeah.
of actually stunning or flashing out there for someone, but will give up the orb. No, I was gonna say actually.
All right, what do we do? We're just gonna hold for the next 40 seconds. I bet like this.
Gonna creep out, but now retreating back through waterfall.
Buzz is 2 points away from a showstopper, given how he's played the opening into this round, given how DRX has played the opening into the round. So keep a third eye on that, if you will. 'Cause it seems like they want to NC. Everyone's piled up, and that's not just DRX.
Double satchel,
Members
flash,
from Navi here. The fault line from Zipan
No,
is still
nade,
in the way.
flash.
That is
and scale
the
out.
smokes they try to get through, and all of that utility is just going to be so much to deal with. Buzz
He killed himself, bro, and then Zest gets through.
falls to his own nade, but Zest
Wait, how did Zest? I want to see how he
the
went out here.
aftershock too. Off of the smokes, they try to get through, and all of that utility is just going to be so much to deal with.
Wow. So he went red path, and then he just shit on not Angel.
Himself, falls to his own nade, but Zest makes it okay.
And he gets 3?
Keeps him in it. And Zest gets 3. He's got the pit.
Hasn't thrown it down just yet. RB will find Cines just Shao to recover a 1v4. DRX players clinging to life. Look at the HP bars. But Shao.
If Raze nades bend, shouldn't he satchel red path? Not necessarily. It wasn't the worst thing he did to satchel towards his nade. The only issue is just that there was a bunch of mollies in that direction, so he got chip damaged along the way and got killed by his nade. But essentially, you should always go towards that area because you want to clear that area no matter what. Or not necessarily red path, but like over onto site. You can do that too. It's just a lot harder to do it towards site because you're open to the CT crossfire. So if you ever were to do that, like satchel onto site, it would require you to have a CT smoke. Or even just like an omen blind towards CT, right? You just need a lot more util whenever you do satchel on site. If you don't satchel onto site, then it's a little bit easier. But mind you, while I agree with you, this team in particular, like both of these teams in particular, have like kind of set execs. Like they have set plans and set executes. So they're kind of just reading off the book a little bit. That's not to say that they're bad. That's just to say that like that's how they flow.
Need nothing short of a miracle to flip this back.
Position given away. I mean,
and it's also in the moment adjustments too. So like they actually have no idea if there was satchels towards bend at all. So realistically, they probably could have got that off perfectly fine if there wasn't any mollies towards bend.
Such an impossible situation. Fully decayed, and time is.
Wow, that's a Mako smoke if I've ever seen one.
Not much he can do here.
That is a Mako smoke.
DRX are going to take a lead in overtime.
And T.
Yeah.
Trying to get out.
All the vision that was made.
Look at that boy smiling.
The third was clean too, and then the fourth to wrap up the round.
Aww.
All the conversations around who should be playing for DRX. Zest, Foxy9, the decision that was made at the beginning of the tournament. Man, Zest has had some massive moments just in the first 2 days.
That's his new secret omen one way when you see their heads.
Perhaps none bigger.
My boy is still doing the lineup. 8 rounds into this game. Anyways, we got Omen Blind, we got Nade, we have Contact up B with an alarm bot here and the turret right here holding the space. We got the Omen smoke coming in, and this guy's gonna hold his lineup for the next 40 fucking seconds. Oh, would you look at that? Then this dart comes out, it scans. But guess what? Buzz is holding the cross, gets 2, and Nako gets the second kills with 2. And yeah, GG.
Final nail in the coffin.
Boom.
Buzz with 3. DRX are playoffs bound.
Well played. Well played, well played, well played.
Match is over.
Oh, and look at the faces of the DRX players, man.
Well, that's probably the end of the stream right there. But I think wow, if I were just to post this, like, I don't think anybody would actually hold on. I'm just gonna post this. This will be the screenshot for the end of the stream. This will be the Twitter post. But I think that when you watch over this game, like, both teams played it fine. I don't think there was any inherently better team in this entire VOD. There's obviously some instances where it's just like, damn, if Na'Vi just shot better, they actually would have won this game. There was also other instances where it's like, damn, if Na'Vi just threw this one piece of utility, they would have been able to win this game. But overall, I think like this was a pretty fair game. Everyone was on their top of their shit. A couple of hiccups here and there in some rounds. And I mean, that OT round, that's just like, you know, that's just a damn. Like that's just a literal damn moment. Like you don't know that you don't know that Buzz pushed up that far. You just don't know that because you don't have anything to clear it. They relied on one piece of dart, and they thought that they wouldn't switch up their defense, but it's the opposite. Literally, DRX switched up that defense completely. Not completely, but they got into positions where they switched it up essentially. So yeah, that was a good game. I like that game completely, and I think we covered a lot of topics today. Obviously, as always, VOD will be up on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to start a Discord server soon, so like if you guys ever want like updates on like whatever I do, whatever I post, should be coming out soon. Hopefully soon. I have to do some editing towards the server. Yeah, career number 1, 100%. I actually, if you guys want to see my pick'ems, I'll show you my pick'ems. I actually have DRX winning the entire event. Not by copium or whatever. I just, having scrimmed a lot of these teams, this is what I actually think will happen. Except this match right here is just what's confusing me. I actually have no clue who wins this match. And I also have no clue who would win this match either. But everything else I agree with except these two. These two I just have no idea what's going to happen. But anywho, that's it for today. If I do a second stream tonight, roughly what time? I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea. But I'll post it on Twitter like 10 minutes before I do the stream. I'll make sure I do a tweet. So enjoy lunch, text me later. I will. Yeah. But that's about it. Thank you guys for stopping by. For those of you that lurk, thank you as well. If you guys took notes, let me know if you guys have pretty good notes. I would love to see them. And yeah, that's be all for today. Have a good day.